Okay.
And we're live.
It says we're live. I'm just making sure everything goes.
We've already got people.
Oh, yeah. So we got Kayla and we got Deja.
Deja.
Deja. Like I'm getting to know your followers by creeping on all the videos.
Hello,
hey, I feel
Kayla.
the same
How
way.
are you? And Deja's here. Hi, how are you? Deja's super excited. I love how like a lot of people have been introduced to you from the Kitty Couture, and I just love that so much.
Yeah, I thought that series was just dead and forgotten, and I'm so excited to see it get some new life.
I feel like how Nicole brought Kitty Couture to my attention first. Nothing wrong with the Seaside Cafe mystery, but had she been like, hey, there's this author that I really like, and she has this series called Kitty Couture, I'm pretty sure I would have read you a lot sooner.
Right? It's like,
Just
I got to know
saying.
my audience because Jen is the crazy cat lady.
As you can tell from my mug, this was actually a gift, but at the same time.
I love it.
So we have Bianca. Hi, how are you? I'm glad you're here and you got the notification because if you forgot it was Wednesday, I would have been sad if you missed this.
I think we probably would have gotten on Twitter and been like, Bianca, come on.
We got Christine. Hi, how are you? And we got Elizabeth. Hi, how are you? I just squealed a drum.
I love it so much.
Oh, no.
Oh, there's Shannon. I was starting to saying if we're forgetting about people, we got to get Shannon in here. We got to get Julie there. I'll see. I'm starting to remember people too.
You are so welcome, Bianca, for Kitty Couture. Hi, Shannon. I woke up from my nap for this.
Way to go, Deja.
And Julie, hi, how are you?
Hi, Julie.
I love Julie's story. She's like, I just stumbled upon your live stream. And I'm like, that's like the best story ever.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Yeah, I was like, my heart is pounding a million miles a minute because we're here with, the wonderful, the incomparable Julie and Lindsey. Bow down to the queen.
I know, for real. What else can we do? Exactly. Bianca knows.
They have to be here for this.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure starting about 5 o'clock, I was like, it's definitely not coffee anymore that's got my heart racing.
I've been nervous all day.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know why you're nervous. You're the one that's fabulous. And I was like, you're honestly like a celebrity to me. I'm just like, oh my God, I'm talking to Julie and Lindsey.
I know. You're our celebrity. I know that now. That's actually talked back to me. I've been to Comic-Con, so technically you have like celebrities there, but it's like they don't know you exist. So it's like, oh, hi.
Oh, I'm really jealous. She went to Comic-Con.
Oh, you gotta go.
She goes every year.
Except for this year.
Yeah. Of course, Kayla, crowns in place. I love my crown. If I could wear it 24/7, I would.
I know. I'm starting to get really good at putting it on too. It takes less and less time every day.
I really just like, yeah, I got this. Yeah. I stumbled upon your massive birthday poke. Oh yeah, that was a fun live stream.
Oh yeah, that was the first time that you went back out to the Goodwills. I remember that. You just start sending me pictures, being like, "Do you have this one? Do you have this one? What about this one?" I'm like, "I'm at work."
It's like, I'm sorry. I need you to message me back immediately. You would have been nervous all day. Everyone's nervous. That's so funny.
Yeah, Comic-Con is the best. And it's the San Diego one. You have to go at least once. Although I know that people go for like the comic book portion of it, but I love the movie portion of it. Holly just
that would be me.
Yeah.
TV and the movies. Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right, Jen has prepared a little icebreaker game for us.
Okay, can I just tell you that Nicole, if it feels too short, blame Nicole because she made me take people off of my list. So it's basically a version of Marry, Kiss, Kill that we came up with. And I don't know, Nicole, did you ever post that video? I don't think
I did.
Okay, so basically it's a version of that, but it's more PG. It's there's no abbreviated version of it. It's just who would you most like to go on a road trip with? Who would you like to have tea with? And who would you stand up in a bar? whether you talked to them and then left or whether you saw them and walked out. Although I don't think any of these characters that we have chosen you would, see and leave.
I feel like this is going to be real hard.
Well, they are a mixture of. So the Seaside Cafe, so not as many people have read that one, so I kept it a short list on that one. A lot of Kitty Couture, Teen Wolf, and then Arrow. Nicole only knows the characters from the books that you have chosen. I did not show her the TV series.
Bianca wants to
sorry.
for a solid 30 seconds.
All right, so just smile. I hope that was long enough because I can't sit still anymore. Okay.
Oh, that's so funny. Who's dragging me, Deja? Who's dragging me?
Oh, the first one. This has got to be fate. So the first name that we have is Oliver Queen as the Arrow. I'm really nervous to see who it goes against. We have Amelia from the Seaside Cafe. So for anyone that doesn't, if you guys want to play in the comments, so Amelia is Everly's friend in the Seaside Cafe series. She's really awesome. You'll love her. Imagine Scarlet. Hopefully Scarlet. Oh no. Oh no. So the third one is Detective Jack Oliver from the Kitty Couture.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm sorry Amelia's going to get stood up at a bar because I made the option of the other two.
Oh my God.
This is hard.
Ginger, what she blames you? Oh, yeah.
Oh, because I said that you hadn't posted the video yet. My bad.
You hadn't posted the video, and then I also made you take names out. I didn't make you take names out.
You did. I had 27 names, and she's like, we should only go like 5 rounds. And I was like, I can get it down to 6, but that's about as best as I can do.
Oh, God.
So Amelia she's the bookshop owner in the Seaside Cafe series. She's not as sleuthy, I would say, as I'm going to kind of compare her to Scarlet. So if you guys know Scarlet from the Kitty Couture, I would say that she's still there. I think she helps out Everly. Nobody knows who Everly is. I'm so sorry.
She's just the best friend. She's the best friend to our sleuther.
BFF. Yep. Oh yeah, we could do Marry Kiss Kill too. It's just.
So. Yeah, I feel like Amelia is gonna be stood up.
I like her, but I would at least stay at the bar for long enough to be able to say hi, and then maybe be like, "Things aren't working out. I'm gonna just stand up and go." That way, at least I gave her a shot, and I could meet her.
Okay. So the other one says, "Who would you go on a road trip with?" And then who would you have tea with? So out of Oliver Queen or
sorry,
Jack
my cat wants to say hello.
I would road trip with Oliver Queen for sure. Yeah.
Oh gosh, I don't know.
I would have to say
2 Olivers.
2 Olivers, yeah.
No, that's like not fair.
I know, I'm sorry.
It would only be worse if it was Grady instead of Amelia.
Oh, I know. Could you imagine?
In here?
No.
all the heartthrobs just in one.
Well, I would have had the ones that not that we don't love, but that aren't necessarily like we would be okay to stand up in a bar, like Chase and then Wyatt from the Seaside Cafe, or even Ryan from the Seaside Cafe. So it's going to be difficult.
Hi, Kim, how are you? Sorry,
I think I'd do it backwards. I would do tea with Oliver Queen, and I would go on a road trip with Detective Oliver.
Amelia would understand. She would.
She would. If she's a true friend.
She would.
Stacy's here. How are you?
Oh my God, I love your picture, Stacy.
And Alicia's here. Hi. Road trip, Jack. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
See, me and Bianca, we're on the same page. Road trip, go for tea and stand up at a bar. Correct. Yep. Road trip, undefined amount of time. Things could happen. Tea, again, undefined amount of time. Things could be places afterwards. I'm not putting like anything off.
Like a Long Island tea.
Like a Long Island tea. That's what they like cocktail. Something a little stronger than tea.
It could be an Irish tea. Wait, no. I'm thinking toddy. Never mind. Sorry.
Bianca wants to have tea with Amelia.
Oh, you would love it.
Yeah, she would be adorable.
Oh, she would
And full of information.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was just gonna say she would have all the good book recommendations. So yeah, she would be a good one to talk to.
You can meet bad guys on a road trip at Oliver. We could save you. Oh my god, that sounds like the best start of like.
I would be getting myself into trouble intentionally.
Yes.
Help me, Oliver. I'm in trouble. That's for sure.
I'd like pay someone and be like, I need you to pretend like you're hurting me, but you need to be okay with getting beaten up. I'll buy you a drink.
Oh gosh. It's like it's my future hangs in the balance, please. Bree is here. Hi, how are you? And we got Alicia. Hi. Road trip with Amelia, tea with Oliver, and stand up Jack so we can go home to late. That's adorable.
That's nice, Shannon. But
that's so nice.
I wouldn't
Very thoughtful.
It took him 4 books to kiss Lacey, so I'm just gonna say that there's a chance that I might have.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Plus, he has a cat. I would love to have a cat, Dad.
Long live the queen.
Yeah.
Queen Julianne Lindsey. You have failed.
Oh my gosh, he would be
Honestly.
the best. Okay, I wouldn't actually stand him up at a bar, but if you were to meet him there and just being like, you have failed this city, and then walked out, I mean, I think he'd be like, that's pretty epic. I'll allow it.
He's like, all right. Honestly, if I ever met Stephen Amell and like had a chance to take a picture, I was like, can you just whisper in my ear, you have failed the city? It's not gonna have the same like connotations, but okay.
You just need to make sure that you're sitting down when that happens.
For sure. Oh, you're okay. We just got started. International trouble. Intentional trouble, yes.
Your face in the
I only
comments.
see my face in the comments. Segmenting. Oh, we have Deborah. Hi, Deborah. How are you?
So I met Deborah on Facebook, like through friends of friends, and I adore her. And she lives in New Orleans. And so I'm like, okay, I'm coming over.
Yeah.
Don't
Research
mind me.
for the new cookie shop Kitty Couture. Take 2.
Like, yeah, it's fantastic. You know, you meet people and you just connect.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it. And then in 2021, the VoucherCon, that's the World Mystery Convention, it's going to be in New Orleans. So I'm coming.
I will be there.
Nice.
Arrow Kitty Couture crossover.
There's so much more.
You know, I'm excited about a couple of, crossovers, and we might see some favorite characters in other books. So
I don't know what my publishers will say, but they won't know, right? Because
they won't know. It's fine.
The editors that are reading this book won't know anything about them. But you guys, they're like Easter eggs, right? They're like Easter eggs.
Yes.
I know them.
That'll be awesome.
Honestly, I would scream. Oh gosh, I'm sure someone has asked that. Asked what?
Oh,
I know. I'm going back. I'm like, what did they say?
I'm going back.
Chat.
I'm going through and seeing if I can see. Oh, Julie, can you see the chat?
I can't see the chat.
Oh, if you have private chat, you have to switch it to comments.
Found it.
Okay.
I do it all the time.
I have a green hoodie. Oh, do you
There
mean
you
if
go.
you want like crossovers, Bianca? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, that would probably good.
Shannon wore her hoodie. Yes.
Deborah said, I adore you first. That's awesome. Honestly, I need to catch up on Arrow because I don't think I've watched the entire last season. I haven't watched
the last season. It finally hit Netflix.
Oh, okay. So that makes it easier.
Nice.
We need you to come to the East Coast.
Well, I'm kind of am. You're in Virginia Beach, Alicia, I think. Yeah, I stalk. When I find out, okay, so just FYI, if I see you talking about my books online, I'm like, oh, they get me. Those are my people. And then I look you up, and then you're my friend. You might not know.
That's awesome.
That makes me feel less weird about me then.
Yeah, I get so excited. Yeah, and I want to know about you, so I look.
Honestly, I always get so worried. I was like, okay, I'm pretty sure I've tagged Julie in 17 million things. I was like, I wonder if I'm getting annoying.
I'm always like, yay, click, retweet.
I thought the same thing today.
Stacy's like, you weren't as excited about me living in Cleveland. Well, it's like it is the setting of one of her books, so that's understandable.
True.
When the plague lifts, we're gonna have coffee or lunch or something, Stacy. She's too close not to put a face, you know?
Yes,
There you
absolutely.
go.
And honestly, if we can swing a meet before, when are you going to be here in Tucson, 2022 or something?
Jeez, yeah. If the plague lifts before 2020, 2023. But I was looking like, what happens in Arizona? Why can I go there? Like, there's got to be a reason to be there.
Gotta be.
The Grand Canyon. I mean, that's pretty nice.
Where did I when I met Sandra Brown, I went to this it's like a mystery bookstore that's in Scottsdale, and they sometimes do like the author, they come and when they have a book coming out, and I was like, you could
Got a lot of books coming out. Plug. Yesterday, this book came out.
Yes.
Because it's also going to be, I think this one is in November. I need to get the list and just have it in front of me. One of our live stream. I think this is our second one, actually, because that's part of the Fortress cover-up, or Fortress.
Oh, okay. Defense. Then that one's probably October, and then there's another one in November.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. Everyone's having like requests. Come to Texas.
I was like, let's just find a halfway point for everyone, and let's just meet there.
I know. Let's just all meet in the middle of the United States.
Yeah, I'm all about it. I miss traveling so much.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yes.
But
so
hey, much. I mean, you've written a bunch this year. I mean,
that's true. Yeah, I've put the time to use.
From packing, there you go.
Oh, there you go. This is going to be a nice little break for you. If you ever stalk me, let me know. It's research.
It's research. There you go.
I'm always too shy to tag authors. I tag publishers.
Oh, do it. We love it because every author I know, sorry, I'm reaching for something.
You're good.
Every author I know feels like nobody really reads their books. Like we're in this, I don't know, we all share the same personality disorder or something. I mean, I think as soon as we hit send and it goes to the publisher, that's it. Only our editor's reading that. That's trash. No one's ever looking at that. We move on to the next. So it's exciting when we find out you guys actually read them.
I'm going to tag every author from now on. I'm just not going to think about it.
Really? They put me, last year I was in, last November, I was in Dallas, and they put me on a romantic suspense panel with Sandra Brown.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't even care. I took like 700 selfies. I just kept telling her, just one more.
Just one more.
Girl, stop.
Honestly, when I met her, I was with my husband. I was just like, when I get up there and she signs my book, I was like, I just need you just to start taking pictures. Like, I don't care how many you take, just take pictures.
Take a video and then screenshot it.
oh yeah, I should have done that.
There you go.
I don't know if I would be able to actually see a video of me meeting Sandra Brown because I'm pretty sure I looked like I was neurotic. I was like, oh, here's my book. Thank you for existing. I don't know. probably the same way as like if I ever meet you in person, I was like, I'm just gonna have like my stack of books like here.
Let's just all of them.
Oh, for sure. Jack and Lacey need to come to Alaska. Oh my god.
On the cruise. Oh my gosh, Alaska's beautiful.
Cruise. And oh my god, there's a murder on the cruise ship.
Everyone would be a suspect. I think I've seen so many memes where they're just like Genie from Aladdin has like 11 fingers.
I know this.
Oh, Stacey, thank you.
Oh, honestly, I cannot wait to read that book. It's gonna be.
I know. I'm like, do I have to wait?
Reread it later? I need a list where I can get all the books because my library isn't the best.
Harlequin has a bunch of them. Amazon. I know that's probably terrible to say because.
Yeah,
but that's where I went.
Yeah.
Walmart only has, they like have them for 4 weeks, my Harlequins, and then they turn it over to the next.
Oh,
So,
really?
hmm
Is that just because like new ones are coming out all the time? Or?
yeah. So there's 6 intrigues every month, and they only put
Oh,
4
yeah.
in each Walmart. So sometimes I'll go and I want to sneak in and sign them, and mine won't be there.
Oh, no. Dang it. I borrowed Shadow Fire Deputy from the library because I couldn't wait.
Oh, thank you.
Any plans to come to Tennessee?
You know what? I was all set to come to Nashville, I don't know, the 22nd or something of March, and they shut the county. They like shut down everything, and the whole event was canceled. And
Oh, yeah.
but I am going back. So that was for BookCon, Book Lovers Con.
Mhm.
And I think that moved to Florida now next year. But the RWA conference, the national conference, is coming to Nashville, I believe, in 2021.
Oh.
So if they don't cancel it, I'll be there in July over my birthday.
Oh, what a great present. I've had pretty good luck, obviously, with authors responding to comments. I love it. I love it so much. You never know. I mean, I would feel like if it was my book and if it was like my, my work, I'd be like, I would just be so honored. I'd be like, oh my God, you love it. Great.
True. I'm terrible with words.
You have a shelf all to yourself with all your books.
Thank
I
you.
love it so much. Oh, thank you, Bianca.
Thanks, Bianca.
Second pick is my face taking up the comment section. Ooh, we're starting books this weekend. I love it. I cannot wait. It's like, I know we have a live stream for all of your books, but I don't want to wait to read the ones that I haven't read yet. So I'm just like, I have
Oh my
18
gosh.
weeks. Love it.
Way to go, Stacy.
That's amazing. I just wrote you a thank you note today, Stacy, because I'm all happy. Yeah, I'm like, she's so nice to me.
Does Target carry intrigue?
I don't think they do. Harlequin is constantly trying to get in there, but the space is limited, and they seem to go for, I mean, they have Harlequins, but not the little skinny, the series.
Yeah, the series. Okay. I recommend my library order the ebooks. Yes.
I do that with audiobooks all the time.
Yes. Like, you need to have these books. Not too far from Nashville.
See?
Nice.
The plague lives. You have to come to Nashville in July.
Here you go.
When the plague lifts. I was like,
True.
My birthday's in July, so I'd have to go too.
Well, I'm August, so can I be an honorary July birthday?
Yes, it's fine.
Close enough to July.
Shannon's your birthday in July too?
And Julie's
birthday's in July?
The 15th.
Oh, nice. That's the day before my sister's birthday.
Oh, the Rona hit.
April.
Yeah.
That's right. So Kensington does a lot of cozies, and they're who I write my Cider shop mysteries. And they have these mini cozy cons, and they try to do them in each of the 4 regions, and they're free. So if you just show up, you can have food and meet all their authors from that region will come, and they give us books to just hand out. So I don't even think you can buy books there. I think they're just giving them out and just want you to interact. Yeah, so I was coming to North Carolina, and that got canceled. I was going to bring my daughter, just a girl trip. She's never flown. So we were just going to fly down, do a weekend.
And then the Rona.
So when that happens, we're going to take a road trip to North Carolina.
Bianca's not waiting to read the book. She's just going to read them all.
I feel like I want to do that too.
Thank you.
For the upcoming. Oh, I love it. Yeah. I'm so excited for these lives, honestly. I feel kind of like a stalker. It's not we are friends. We're friends. Yes. Me being broke, not being able to buy books. No, Deja.
Deja, I need to just send you a care package.
Deja,
put
the books on your wish list. I'm just saying.
Because your birthday's coming up in November.
Just saying. Request library to buy them. Yes, I love doing that.
Oh, thank you for doing that. It's great when they get into the library. So many people find them, and the librarians really work at like selling.
Mhm.
I know so many librarians, and they say, the ladies come and they say, "What's new? What should I read?" So you can't do that as an author. That's great.
That's so cool. Julie's birthday's on the 22nd, and then Shannon's birthday's on the 23rd. So we got 15.
Is it creepy that I know that Radcliffe is on the 23rd?
And then my birthday is on the 31st.
Yep.
Bunch of people on my Goodreads go post. Oh, that's awesome.
Good one.
Thank you.
I think that's how I finally got Jen to read the Seaside Cafe. I finally bugged her about it, and then
you created an event. You're like, you have to read the first 3, and then we'll read the 4th one together. And I think that was one of our first live streams too. And I was like, all right, fine, I'll do it. And then I gave myself a week to read each book because I read really slow, and I ended up reading them all in 1 week. So
yeah,
I had to wait a long time.
you binge those books.
I did.
Deja lives in North Carolina.
So we need
you don't happen to live near the Outer Banks, do you, Deja? I'm planning to come there in March. For the Seaside books, I had library events and like signings set up in March, and they got canceled. So we just pushed it back a year. So it's the exact same week, last week of March, this coming year. Try again. Okay.
We'll try again.
I'll be there.
Big party next year. Planning a party. We'll have to promote the entry books on the rooms page since it's not a cozy group.
True.
Well, I have to tell you guys, I don't think of myself as a romantic suspense author, so it's really, really weird that you guys are reading all these intrigues. It's been really playing in my head. Like, should I tell them not to?
No, I will read anything that you write.
And everything.
It doesn't matter the genre. Honestly, you could write a documentary or a nonfiction. I would be like, yeah, let's do it.
I don't read horror, but if you wrote one, I might just have to venture into that genre.
Deja's like, I agree with this care package.
You need some books.
Is your website the best place to get your books? I mean, I think you have links.
My website is, let's see. My husband does it for free, so I can't complain.
That's true.
Never updated. We're just always a little behind. Oh yeah, a book came out. So that's not the greatest, but Amazon, I know I hate to say Amazon because that's like such a thing, but Amazon, if you click on my name, it'll show all my Julie and Lindsey books, and it shows my Julie Chase, and it shows my Jacqueline Frost. The only things that aren't on there are Bree Baker. I was trying to keep that name separate because it's just a thing. Yeah. They wanted it separate when I first picked the new name to give it a chance to get up and running.
Okay.
Apparently professional reviewers can be harsh if you are saying this is a debut by Bree Baker and they find out you've really written 20 books. They will focus on that, and it can look like that for us. So I worked hard for the first year to keep them separate, but once they took off and did okay, I'm like, it's me. I did
it. That's awesome. Like me.
October baby, December baby. I love it. Libraries where I discovered first Kitty Couture. That's awesome.
Left those librarians.
Is that Daniel Radcliffe?
I honestly, I'm working on just reading just the backlist of all of your books. So I was like, I'm gonna get to that.
Your backlist. That's another thing I worry because some of them, I was such a baby writer. I was so new, and I'm like, what if they're trash? And these guys are like, Julie.
I would never say that ever.
Learning.
You cannot. You cannot write a bad book. It's not possible. It's not possible. I feel like if Jen worked at a library, she'd just add Kitty Couture. Yes, like you need this book. Here you go. Oh,
I'd have like a stack underneath me. I'm like, here you go.
I don't know who a car and could drive to the Outer Banks of me. It's only his first hour drive.
Not too far.
We will read all your books. We'll do it. I made it my personal mission in life. Oh, yeah. Scrib. There you go. Scrib, scribe.
I didn't know that. Yay.
Awesome.
Yeah, I hear you there.
So, 100%.
I've seen Big Bang Theory.
100%. I was actually cooking chicken parmesan. I was like, I ain't listening to this.
I just got off of work at 7, and I think I had been going for about an hour, and I was sending a gift to someone else, and you could already see that people had created something from like the first hour, and I was starting to read through those, and I'm like, it's going to be a hard pass on this one, unfortunately.
Ooh, the Brie Baker ones are on there too.
I know that. That's cool.
Oh my gosh, Seaside Cafe. I'm like torn between which one I love more, the Kitty Couture or the Seaside Cafe. It's like Sophie's choice.
It's always going to be the Seaside Cafe, just because that was the first series that, I read. It's just going to have a special place in my heart.
Yeah, but this one has cats in it, so that's...
Well, you are the cat lady. You're the cat lady. I'm allergic to cats, so I'm more of a dog person.
Okay. You still got the cat socks.
I did.
Oh,
We got these socks. I saw Little Miss took one of your socks. Oh, Alicia just read the first Geek Girl book an hour ago. What? It's so good. Yay! I love it so much.
That was my first? No, I guess The Murder by the Seaside was my first attempt at a cozy, but it was a little too, not that I write anywhere near as good as her, but it was a little too Janet Evanovich is what they were saying. Instead of being like a traditional cozy, there was too much action and too much romance. And so it didn't find a traditional publisher, but Harlequin said, we can print this, we can do this. So they helped me. And then my editor kind of taught me through those books and then the Geek Girl books, what it meant to write the traditional and how to balance it.
Honestly, I don't think there's such a thing as too much romance, but that's just my personal opinion. Brie Baker book is on Audible. Love it.
I love the audiobooks. I really like that for the Kitty Couture ones. Even though I have the physical book, I also listen to the audiobook, and I got to the point where I couldn't just read it because I was like, I need to hear how she says their voices because it's so good.
Honestly, that narrator was really good. I really enjoyed the Kitty Couture narrator.
And the Kitty Couture, because she's a big deal. I looked her up. I'm a stalker. And so her name is Brittany Presley, and she's a big deal. Like after I listened to those books, because I listened to my own book. Well, they let me. I've got something in my eye. I'm sorry. They let me choose. They sent me a 30-second clip of 3 different actresses reading and said, "Who do you feel sounds the most like Lacey?" And it was hands down her. And then I looked her up, and I found out she reads for all these huge, amazing authors. So I was really excited.
That's awesome. She does sound really familiar. So I'll have to look her up too and see what else that she's narrated, because I feel like I've heard her before.
And Deborah, I wrote her into my next Christmas book.
Oh, that's awesome.
I love it so much.
Authors spend so much time picking names for characters, but you need about 10 or 12 character names per book.
Oh yeah.
I don't have that kind of time. So I don't even think about it. I think someone's mom spent a lot of time picking the right name, right?
Yeah.
Moms are very careful, so those are good names. And so sometimes I just go down my Facebook or look out my window and I pull y'all are going to be in it. It's inevitable.
That is so funny. I know when you asked me that, I was like, you're like, what would be your profession if you were in a cozy? I was like, oh my God, you're going to write me in a book because I would literally die.
I do that. I think it's fun for the readers and then anybody that knows the readers. And it's just so much easier than trying to come up with names.
I told Nicole she should be a killer. I was like, you got to be the killer. And then she's like, I want to be an owner. And I was like, then you could be like a repeat character. You're so much smarter than I am.
I was like, I'll be the killer. I'll be the person who dies. I don't care. Hi, Brie. How are you? They're like, my children can't pick a favorite. My first. Never too much. Yeah. Thank you, Shannon. Thank you. I always I just remember your tweet that you tweeted this. I think this year it's just there was someone saying complaining that you have too much romance in your cozies. I'm like, first of all, don't ever listen to them. Second of all, there's no such thing as please don't ever change the way you write because it's just fantastic.
I get that there's too heavy on the romance. So my editors even pull it back. But then when the flip side with my cozies is sometimes they're too intense or scary. Like the
They're
abduction
not cozy
scenes get a little, so I have to pull those back too.
Oh, dang. Alicia, 100%.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yes.
I love when you, hi, Brandy.
Yes.
I don't think I've seen,
Brandy!
I don't think I've seen you comment, but hi, how are you? Love when you add more romance. Yes, I love, God, I'm a romance reader, lover, and it's just, I love it. If there's a romance in any other type of genre, I'm just automatically that much more like drawn to the characters and to the book and to, just all of it. And I just love it. Love it too much. I haven't read Kitty Couture yet.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, binge them. Yeah, just get them all.
You're not going to want to stop. That was the hardest part for me is every time I finish a book, I was like, why do I have to wait 7 days to start the next one?
I was like, you don't technically have to wait just because we're going live like every week, but it's like, I just like to read it before, like usually the day of or the day before, so it's fresh in my brain. And even then.
That's it. I can't remember names to save my life. I'm complete garbage. So if I read it a month ago, or if I start reading all of them now and just binge them in a week, then it's like when they come up a month and a half from now, I'll be like, I don't remember who these people are.
I know. Shannon keeps us on track. She's like, remember this person? They did this. I'm like, oh yeah. So I'm like,
I was like, I swear I read this book. It's just
mess. I
was more focused on Lacey and I thought to say Grady, and I was like, no, now I'm just cross-referencing everybody. Weird. Lacey and Jack, I was like, come on, guys.
You got people like Alicia's a great name, Julie's a great name.
I just dedicated a book randomly to Alicia because for Harley, when they ask me all the time, who do you want to dedicate this book to? But when I'm putting out like 6 books a year, it's like a lot. And so I had just talked to Alicia, and I'm like, she's so supportive. This one's for Alicia, right? So maybe the March book. I'll send you one.
Oh,
and Green, I'm putting that down on my name list.
Oh my gosh, that is so sweet. Write a series that is just the names of everybody from these live shows. My first name is actually Julianne. That's so coincidence? I did not. Brandy's here. Thank you for the follow. I honestly, like, when you became my friend, like on Goodreads, on Facebook, I was just like, oh my God. I kept like sending like screenshots to my husband, and he's not a reader, so he doesn't get it. I'm just like, look, and he's like, great, babe. I was like,
I remember. You were at my house when you're like, should I add her as a friend on Facebook? And I was like, I don't know, sure, if you feel like it. And she's like, I did it, I can't go back. And then like every 30 seconds, she's like, has she done it yet? Has she done it yet? And I was like, she might not be near her phone.
That's true. I was like, I need to relax.
And then
new genre, intense cozy.
An hour later, you did, and I think I don't think you screamed, but you were really excited. You're like, oh my God, my life was made.
I was like, oh my God, she accepted my friend request. I love that I can never guess the whodunit.
Yep.
I've literally only guessed from Cat Got Your Crown. That's the only time I guessed was from this one.
I try hard to hide it, you guys. And I make these outlines, like I'm fanning myself with this outline, but I have 18-page outlines before I start writing. And time for the 6th Seaside, I have 4 suspects, and they're all really good suspects. And so it took me like 2 days to start writing because I couldn't decide.
Oh, I remember your post on that.
Yeah, like, how can I cover this up? I don't want it to be easy because then you get mad.
Yeah, I think it's probably once that I was able to guess, and it was just kind of it's one of those things. It's like every time you start a cozy mystery, everyone that you meet is a suspect. But there was something about this one time where I was like, I feel like my gut's telling me you more than anyone else that I've met in this first 5 pages.
Ooh, Alicia's first read was the Jacqueline Frost.
Oh wow.
I love that series too.
Yay for your husband.
I mean, what a great anniversary gift. I mean, he's doing it right. I adore you, Angela. It's a party now. It is a party. Honestly, this is the best night of my life. I know. I need to read Kitty Couture after.
Yes, I will support that 100%.
Yes. That's all I know. I'm gonna pass out. Honestly, yes. Just start
Choosing
choosing
a
us.
friend.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember
That's
when Bianca
right.
was like this, like the Kitty Couture was her first cozy mystery series. I'm like, I'm so happy. That's like the best. My bookshelf people stop asking. I think my birthday week was like it was pretty bad because I was getting like a package like every day, and he was like, seriously,
Being like, you can't judge me. It's my birthday week.
it's my birthday week.
They don't count.
Oh, I love that. I love it.
So true. Yeah, I think I read one cozy before you, and I think that's what made me not want to read it, because I think our first cozy, and no offense to Laura Childs, but that tea mystery was not good.
We did not have a fun time reading the Laura Childs.
But the titles are so freaking cute. I'm gonna still read more because I feel like that was her first book, and so it's just like, you got to give him more of a shot.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, and I had read other, cozies. Like this wasn't that one wasn't my first dive into cozies, but
some of them are really dry. And when my agents first started pushing me toward cozies, I went and picked up a couple and I read them. I might have read one like that in particular. And I was like, I don't want to write this. This is boring. This is dull. The humor was dry and slow. And I don't know, I didn't get it. And then, so when I tried to recreate it, it was too chick-litty. And at the time they were trying to, chick-lit was dead. There was too much. It was saturated. I don't know. I squeezed my way in.
You did.
You do fantastic. I think Bianca's 100% right. Just the bar is high.
Yeah. I always for the suspect, I always think it's like the person they're talking about. I was like, oh yeah, you definitely have motive. You could have done it. Like, I want to meet a man who will buy me books.
Yes.
It's honestly like it's just like I buy the books myself, but then my husband doesn't say anything, and that's honestly just as good. Oh, the lady and I have our first date. I'm never here. Like I'm always at work when my books are dropped off. So when I check like either Amazon or like, oh, your package was delivered, I'm just like, I got hurt. Had to know my UPS guy. Queen is the queen.
100%.
So on Instagram, I did post.
Wait, we're not even done. We only did one.
We were playing a game.
We were playing a game. We're like 42 minutes in. We were playing a game.
I mean, we can give up on the game if you want. People did ask questions.
We did, yes. Like, because on Instagram I posted, or I asked, like, I have 1, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 questions.
I know.
And the first one, I love how the first one was from Jen. Like you're literally gonna be in the live stream.
I just wasn't sure. I didn't want to put my Sophie's Choice one in there and make you pick. I was gonna make you pick between Jack Oliver and Grady Hayes, and I was like, would you hate me if I did that? Like, can you make that choice? Because we did it in Kitty Couture, the Cat Got Your Crown, where we tried to pick between me and Nicole, and I was like, I can't do it. Like, I can't. I would rather just take my whole life than have to decide. So I don't know if you're able to. Maybe you could help us on that one, or.
I think I might be partial to Jack, and probably because I'm so attached to that series. I was not ready to quit writing it, but the sales just weren't there, and it's a business first, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Honestly, like my gut reaction is just to go with Grady, just because,
Such a good guy.
He's such a great guy.
You guys are going to be so mad when you read this book that comes out in December.
No, don't tell me that.
Don't tell me that.
I'm going to be so happy.
Oh my God, you're killing me! You're literally killing me.
Yeah, Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I love how I think we were in the second book where we were like, just let him kiss, and you're like, there is a kiss in the next book, and I just immediately I knew it wasn't gonna be the kiss I wanted, and I was like, why do you do this to me?
Because you were just so cheeky when you said that, like, oh, there's a kiss.
Here's what you asked for.
Oh, so funny. Yeah. She literally asked if it's more books.
What else?
Jack wants to go back to the game.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know we were playing a game.
Sorry, we go off on tangents. So we could
play
do
one round.
We could play a round and then answer a question. So then we could kind of mix it up.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
All right. So another.
Write and post on your website. You mean like write, like, honestly, like if you just, you know, like fan fiction, but just continue the Kitty Couture series, like I would read that.
I need to look into the contracts.
Oh, okay.
Because I really want to start doing self-publishing, and if they're not interested in continuing it, maybe that's something I could pick up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just brainstorming here.
All right,
I would like to finish.
I would love it. I would love it. And you know, like, I would just follow you anywhere.
Yeah. I was like, I'm pretty sure anyone in the group chat or the chat over here would be like, yeah, let's just read anything.
I love Elizabeth. How many copies do we need to bring it back? Because, I mean, I'll do it. It's fine. Oh my gosh. Totally.
Y'all know it wasn't Jack.
Please write and post more Kitty Couture.
Next one. And so for anyone that wasn't with us when the game started, it's a version of Marry, Kiss, Kill. So it's who would you most like to go on a road trip with? Who would you most like to have tea with? And who would you stand up at a bar? This next one's going to be interesting. Yes. So we've got Willow from Kitty Couture.
Oh, I love Willow.
We've got Imogene from Kitty Couture. And then we have Derek Hale from Teen Wolf.
Derek Hale from Teen Wolf.
Oh gosh.
Oh my god. Okay. Julie, I want to hear your answer.
Okay. I'm trying to get my head around these. I've got Imogene, Derek, and who was the first one?
Willow.
Oh, Willow.
Are you standing up Willow? Is that what I'm hearing?
I'm standing up Willow, and I don't think she'd care or notice.
Oh,
I'd catch up with her again later.
for sure. She would be like, I knew you had something like more important, and she would wholeheartedly support it, and she'd be like, you know what? Go with Derek. Go with Derek, girl. It's fine.
Every time I keep moving these things, Jack comes up underneath the thing, so I'm going to grab him for a moment. Don't get stuck.
Game rule. I love Shannon. Thank you so much for keeping us on track.
I don't know. Maybe tea with Imogene, I guess. I don't know if I could do a road trip with her.
Very true.
She'll looks like Derek and I are going on a road trip.
I feel the same way.
I feel the same way.
I feel like those are because I would want to. Because I feel like Imogene would. I don't know if reading tea leaves would be one of her things, but if I was having like a bad day, maybe she could pull something out of her Mary Poppins bag to get rid of my bad juju.
Imogene is always looking to get rid of everyone's bad juju. So I feel like if I had tea with her, it would be enough where she can give me some kind of advice. Like she can burn sage around me, like whatever she needs to do. And then definitely road trip with Derek. And I'm sorry, Willow, I'm standing you up.
Yeah. Can it be December already?
Brandy, that's what I'm saying. I was like, how are you just going to drop that? It's like you guys are going to hate me in December. I was like, no.
So there was a scene in what's it called? It's Closely Harbored Secrets. Okay, it comes out December 29th. And there was a scene where I felt like I made it as an author because the editor note in the comments was, "You've gutted me." And I thought, oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
I'm so scared. December needs to wait. I'm not ready.
But I fixed it.
You fixed it? Okay, because don't make me cry. Don't make me put one of your books in the freezer because you know I will.
She will. I
know. Honestly. Yeah, Shannon, honestly, I just need I wasn't ready for the Kitty Couture series to be over either. I was very sad.
No. And it was sort of abrupt the way I pushed it together because they had told me they weren't thrilled. You know, like the sales weren't where they wanted them.
Mm-hmm.
It's never really about if they don't like them or not. It's just, you know, are they viable financially? Are they gonna survive? And so I felt like it might be the last one. So I did what I could to give you some kind of closure in case.
Well, and I did feel like there was closure. So even like knowing that it was the last one, like closing the book, it's like a small part of my soul just died. And I was like, I'm sorry. I have to put you down for a moment and I need to go cry in the corner. Like even the next day, I think I posted too. I was just like, I'm still emotionally traumatized. Like I want to go back.
And that's kind of what I like about, even though yes, it is a series, the main plot point is still like wrapping up at the end of each book. So it's not like there's, you know, a major cliffhanger either. If it was with the, you know, with the love interest, like, could you imagine if like they didn't end up getting together? Like by the end of the fourth book, I would have cried myself to sleep for weeks.
It would have gone into the freezer at that point. I would have been like, they're not together and I get no more. Yes.
So it's like, oh my God, tea for Derek for tea just to see him drink tea. We will buy all the books. Honestly, we will buy Jack inside. Tea with Emma Jean. Everyone wants to have tea with Emma Jean just because I feel
like she would be great.
I love Emma Jean.
Oh, Bianca, you gotta watch it because there's a couple more coming up in here that.
Yeah.
I was
she said, sorry, Willow, you just got kicked to the curb after she looks up Derek. Honestly, you're right. Derek road trip, Emma Jean T, stand up Willow. Honestly,
I think where a lot of us are at.
She said, I don't want to be gutted. Want to start off 2020, we want to start 2021 like on a good note. So you'll have time to read it before the end of the year for sure. Emma Jean whole road trip because honestly, yeah. Honestly, like she's like Emma Jean, like I love her, but she's like brutally honest at some points. But I really love the scene where she ate the cookie and she was like,
I was just gonna say that.
She's like nice for 5 seconds. I was like, oh my God, that's so funny.
If we're gonna road trip with Emma Jean, we at least need to make sure that we have a dozen or so of Willow's cookies on hand.
I mean, that would have to be a staple just anyway because I feel like Willow's cookies would be amazing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you too, Bianca. I felt the closure. It was good. Even though, yes, I would honestly read these books into infinity. Like if it went to like number 21 in the Kitty Couture mysteries, I would read it.
I'd be there for all of them.
I'm gonna need tissues and chocolate. Oh no.
True.
Oh gosh. Oh, Charles is here. Hi, how are you?
Hey, Charles.
Am I gonna hear any or see any lip from you, Charles? Because apparently we have beef with Charles.
I think we could start a fan club. I'm all for it.
100%. So great. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Honestly, I really like no matter like what book I'm reading from you, it's like I'm always so invested and just attached to your characters. I'm like, I want you to be happy because then I'm happy.
I love it when they do something embarrassing. You're like, I'm dying from your embarrassment, but I have to keep going. I can't not read.
Sometimes you just have to set the book aside and oh my gosh. And you're like, oh man, Deja's just starting. She just started, like, honestly, because I told Charles the other day, and I was like, whenever I see you in a live stream, I will just bring up Sarah J. Maas because he had the audacity to rate A Court of Thorns and Roses 1 star. So let's just put that out there.
At least he didn't rate Akamath 1 star, although he hasn't read it. Oh no.
Oh no.
Sorry.
He said no, I'll be good. We just have to make sure Deja stays good too, right? You instantly took off my comment when Charles entered the room. I was like, hey, Charles. Sorry, let me put your comment back up.
Can we start a fan club? I'm there for it.
And then I think you put this. I haven't even brought myself to put it on my shelf. Still on my nightstand of currently reading. Oh, you mean the last Kitty Couture? Like I cannot wait for this to end.
It's still on my bookshelf. I usually put them in a box when I'm done reading, and then I like make room for new stuff, and I'm like, I can't.
Don't cry, Bianca. We love you. I promised you I would bring her up at any live. I think we are all in the fan club. We could totally make a Julie and Lindsey fan club.
Oh, for sure. All right, are you ready for this, friends? I apologize in advance for the last name I'm going to put on here, but I love it. Okay, so first we have Felicity Smoke from Arrow.
Okay.
We have Scott McCall from Teen Wolf.
Okay.
And we have Void Styles from Teen Wolf. Go on a road trip with Void Styles. If he looks at me crazy, I'm pretty sure it'll make my day.
Okay.
Jen is in love with Void Styles.
I love him so much.
Why? What was it about him?
Did you see the way he looked?
His look. It was his look. Okay.
It was just, I don't know, like whenever you have a character that's like slightly a psychopath, it's just like, I kind of really like Loki. If you think about it from Avengers, he's kind of like twisted in the head, but you're like, you're really attractive. I like you.
Like Damon Salvatore.
Yeah.
100%.
I get that.
It's a bad boy type thing. And
Or
Styles
Klaus.
is so sweet. Oh, Klaus.
Klaus.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
The physical book is just sitting on your nightstand. I love that.
Thank you for keeping us straight, Shannon. I didn't review that.
I would leave Void Styles at the bar.
Okay.
I don't need that.
You're like, I don't need that kind of psychotic. Let's just say that.
To behave. No murder when we're out for drinks.
Oh gosh.
Yes, you need to watch Teen Wolf. It's the best.
Yes. I'm rewatching it. I'm rewatching it with my husband, even though I just finished it like a month ago. What were the names? Okay.
So Felicity Smoke is from Arrow, by I think is it Emily Brett Rickards?
Emily Bett Rickards, yeah.
I was close. And then you have Scott McCall, who is, I was going to say Tyler Hoechlin, but that's wrong. It's Tyler Posey. And then Void Styles is basically Dylan O'Brien. It's Crazy Pants.
Crazy Pants. Okay, so you're gonna.
I'm leaving Void Style. Yeah, I'm leaving Styles. Let's see. I'll probably road trip with Felicity. I really like her.
You would never
really,
be bored.
Yeah. I dig her. I'm super into smart, and she's way smart. So I think that would be a lot of fun.
And then tea with the Scott then.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would stand Scott up at a bar because I mean.
Maybe I would have tea with Void Styles because I don't know if road trips is going to be the best idea, but just to be able to sit and stare at him for a hot minute would be okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I could be with Void Styles for that long.
True. Oh, but yeah, I'd stand up Scott then. I'd road trip with Felicity. And I'd have tea with Void Styles. That's going to be my...
Well, I wouldn't drink it.
No, because he probably put something in it. You're right.
What if I made it, though? Because he can't... I don't think he's got those magic powers. I don't know now. Now I'm questioning myself. Maybe I would just stare.
I was always scared of Void Styles.
Yeah, right? It upset me to see my favorite. Like, he was my super favorite.
Yeah.
And when he got all evil and stayed that way, it was so upsetting. Fix my baby.
Honestly, I was just like amazed by his acting. I was just
acting.
Like,
yeah, oh, he's so good.
Fantastic.
Oh my
Going
gosh,
off
when he started
looks for the guys.
Yeah, that's probably more looks for me than like the actual character on that one.
Shannon, we're picking the characters. The characters.
Yeah, the characters. Do you have Isaac in your little cup of names?
You love
if
Isaac.
Nicole had let me add everyone I wanted to, he would have been in there.
Wow, Jen.
What we can do is just next we'll have if you're up for being on again, we'll have like maybe just all the characters, and we'll go through them on a longer version of this game.
Bianca said picking, not licking. I mean, and or like it's fine.
There's no judgment, Bianca.
It's fine. Kayla, I like how Kayla just immediately like peeks her head up in the chat. She's like, licking? Who are we licking here? Oh,
It can be daytime, yes.
daytime contained.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't want to
in
make him mad.
That's true. You don't want to make him mad. Just wanted my sweet styles back.
God, I love
Honestly.
you so much.
Okay, I am not okay with the ending. I mean, I know why. He was like super hurt, and they had to wrap it all up.
Mhm.
But I wanted more of my Stydia. I waited all that time. And I felt like they weren't even together. They like shot her at her car and then shot him like somewhere else. And we were supposed to like pretend they were together.
Yeah. Well,
I know.
Nicole-
Oh, I was so angry. I was so mad. I was just like, how are you going to make me wait 6
It's not enough
seasons
to
for
just tell me
something?
they're together.
And they
Yeah.
had that epic kiss. They had that epic kiss.
Yes.
Season 6A.
Oh, at the end of season 6A, and it's just like, and then the whole 6B. I was just like, why did you even try to like drag it on? Like, why? But
Yep.
yeah, he was hurt. I felt bad for him. I was just like, I love season 6 of Teen Wolf, but I just wanted more Styles.
Yeah.
Wanted like to see him, not just to like infer that they're trying to save him and he's in this other. No, it's like I needed to see him.
Oh, yeah.
Licking. When did licking become an option?
Oh,
Anytime.
no.
Licking is an option anytime. That's a whole nother version. That's the X-rated version. That's like one step above.
Ooh,
like
we could play the After Dark version of this sometime.
After Dark. Okay, so let me pull up one of the questions. Shannon asked, is she a plotter or a pantser? So obviously you write 18-page long outline. So
Okay, so I'm a plotter, but that's how my brain works. So I don't think that there's a right or wrong. Like, I think it's J.K. Rowling that is also a plotter. No, she's the pantser, but Stephen King is a plotter. So and they've, like those are the two most successful authors I can think of, like globally, and they just do it different. So I think it's just our personality and how our brains work. And I like organization. I think if I wasn't a writer, I would like to be one of those people that come clean your closets and garages and fix it all. Yeah, that's exciting. So I organize. I write out these really long. So by the time I'm done with my outline, I can read it. It's just bullet points, but it's 18 pages of bullet points. But it reads kind of like a story, and I can pull and move clues or just everything around real easy until I feel like it's great. And then I write a chapter every day. So I typically, once my outline's done, I can write a novel in 28 days.
Wow.
Wow.
Nice.
That's
impressive.
amazing. That is impressive. And Bianca said, I just saw y'all shirts. Yes. So let me hide that.
Look at these.
Yes.
Guys.
Nicole created the design.
Yeah. I created.
And it matches. Look, and they got me this cup, you guys.
So I wanted to put as much from your books as
All the
possible.
things.
So obviously,
Kitty
like we
Couture.
got the apple for the yeah.
Oh,
So
we didn't even.
the O is an apple.
Oh.
We were trying to find out how to add that. And I was like, you could put that just randomly somewhere. And I'm like, well, you could do that.
Then we have the cat, and then we have the Christmas lights for the Christmas one.
And then
so,
because you're the queen.
yeah, because you're the queen, so we got the, But yeah, I can definitely, like, if y'all want a shirt, I can definitely like send you the link so you can buy one. I mean, it's like I just created it on Zazzle, and they like you can put it literally on anything. And I was just like, oh my god, you can put it on a canvas bag, you can put it on a mug. I went crazy. I was sending her screenshots of like, oh my god, you can put it on literally anything. So yeah, I can definitely add the link. When this is all done, I'll put it in the description box so you can go on Zazzle and you can buy yourself one. And thank you so much. You guys are so nice. Clicking is always an option.
100%.
So yeah, but like if you don't want it on a shirt, if you want it on a mug, you can definitely I'll put a couple options on there for you. No worries. Saw a YouTube video talking about how YouTuber doesn't like how to write videos because writing styles are personal and not a cookie cutter thing.
It's true. It's true. Do you guys read Cozies by Amanda Flower? So
Yes.
she writes these Amish cozy. Okay, she's super, super awesome. She lives in my town. She is my friend who I adore.
Oh,
And
that's awesome.
she is a pantser. She just wings it. And she just,
awesome.
Yeah, so we couldn't be any more different in how we write, but we write kind of the same stuff. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's a personality.
It's definitely, like, if it works for you, it works, you know, and, you know, it's like.
It helps me keep on track. If I don't know what my goal is today, it would be really easy to just get further and further and further behind. Mm-hmm. And I write too many books to just wing it. And my family would cheerfully take up every moment of my time if I didn't have any kind of boundaries. They really like me over here.
And like that just like kind of like leads into one of my questions is basically like, what is your typical day like when you're writing? Because you said you can write a chapter a day, but like what is it like start to finish when you wake up? Like what does it look like?
So right now I get up like around 6:30. I'm kind of a morning person. I think more clearly the earlier it is. And then by 3 o'clock I'm tired. And by like 8 o'clock I could go to bed if I didn't like make myself. So usually by 8 or 9 I'll switch over to watching TV instead of trying to be productive. Unless I'm on a deadline and I just have to suck it up. But I get up and I wake the kids and then I start writing. And I put in I think a 12-hour day is pretty typical for me. And I write 7 days a week because it is a lot. And because once the book's done, it's not really done. It comes back to you 3 or 4 times for edits and then line edits and copy edits and, you know, just rereading the arc. And it's a lot. It's a lot. And then the social media and the getting to know the readers and reaching out. And it's a heavy job, but I can't imagine doing anything else. I really love that I get to make stuff up and get paid for it. Like I used to be in so much trouble for that, you guys. Like every report card, you know, she's telling stories. She's, you know, making stuff up. I wish I could go back and see those old biddies.
You're like, now what? So yes, yes, you can order the shirts, and I will put it on the mug too, and I'll put the link in the description box. It's not going to be an Etsy. It's on Zazzle. I won't make any money from this. You just buy, you know, like just buy your shirts, buy your mugs, whatever you want. I'm not going to make any money off of this. This is just because I literally just wanted something for our group, for us, you know. Yeah. Thank you so much. You're so sweet. A chapter a day is amazing.
Yeah, it's about 2,500 to 3,000 words. Yeah. So I read it. I write it based on my outline. So I don't really have to think, oh, what's going to go on today? I already have it laid out. So I write it into 2,500 to 3,000 words. I might have said 25,000 before. 2,500 to 3,000 words. And then I reread them from the beginning. I try to make them as clean as I can. Mm-hmm. Then I have 2 girls. One is, her name is Danielle Hawes, and she's actually a romantic suspense author who lives kind of around here too. And we go away once a year and retreat and just write together. And the other is a girl that I met when I first started writing 10 years ago. But I send my chapter to them, and then I kind of go on. But by the next morning, both of them will have read my chapter and returned it with notes. And then I just look at their notes, I make the changes I agree with, and then I move on to the next. And it just goes like that for 28 writing days, and then it's done.
That's awesome. So if your chapters are around 2,500 or 3,000 words, like how long is your manuscript? Like
the cozies have to be about 80,000 words. They're between 75,000 and 80,000. Okay. The intrigues I write are only 55,000, so they go a lot quicker. So when I say I write 6 or 8 books a year, a lot of those are only 2/3 the work because they're so much shorter. Mm-hmm. Amanda was your first cozy author. She's the absolute sweetest person, like ever.
Yeah, I really, I've read the first book in the Amish one, and then I read the Crime and Poetry, which is the magical bookshop one. And I read Pros and Cons, which is the second one, which I loved it. It was so great.
I wrote it down on my list. I was like, I haven't read her yet, but she's now on the list.
Oh, Hotel Weekends. COVID has made it with everyone home all the time.
Mhm.
It's jacked me up because they're always here. And there's no quiet. There's no quiet ever. And yeah, everyone's on their own schedule. So sometimes it feels like they coordinate so that one child leaves and 10 minutes later, like just when I get a coherent sentence down, the next kid comes. What's to eat? What are we eating? That's their favorite question. Or help me with this homework, or take a look at this thing I just read. And I'm a mom first, and I've always been really proud of putting that first, but putting them first when they're all here all the time, it puts me up really late. And then I know this is really like, cry you a river, but I go away once a month now for 2 nights. I just write, and I try to make up the time that I've lost. But I love that I can do that. Yeah. Who else gets to do that? It's great.
Right.
I'll have to stay in Cleveland soon, Stacy.
You did a really good sprint when you were the last time you were gone for your that you posted like at a hotel. You did a lot of words.
Yeah, I usually do what I tell you, like 2,500 to 3,000 a day, and so in the same amount of time that I would have written maybe 5,000 words, I wrote 15 or 16,000 or 18,000. I mean, it was insane. Wow. But I can do that when there's no distractions. I just write until I fall asleep at my keyboard and get up and do it again.
Alicia, honestly, you're a writing machine. I cannot fathom how much you like. And I love it just because we have, just the product, here that we get to read more of your work. So I love it so much. Whatever I could do to help you. Like, do you need coffee? Do you need Starbucks gift card?
Let us know.
Let us know. What can we do?
She only has so much caffeine.
Kim, Elizabeth, you are so welcome. Yes, I'll put the link in the description for the shirt. So no worries. What's your perfect setting to write?
I just write at my desk. I mean, I can write anywhere that I have a laptop and quiet. And sometimes I do. Like I sit in the parking lot and I write when my kid's getting her hair done or going to dance class, or I just write. I never have, writer's block? I don't get that. Maybe it's because my outline's already done. So I kind of, I don't have to think, well, what is it going to be about? But I just keep going. I never run out of fiction.
That kind of leads into Deja's question too. Deja asked, let me pull up her question. She asked, is there something that inspires your novels? Her personally, she's writing a lot of stuff for school. She's like, I always have a hard time coming up with ideas. How do you come up with ideas for your work?
I don't know. I have a busy mind. I was an only child. I think that helped too. I was always with 2 grown-ups that were super duper boring. And so I've been making stuff up to entertain myself and other people always. And yeah, I just wonder what if. That's what starts it all. What if? And then I just run with that. I know that's not much help. Not a faucet for me.
It always starts, for me personally, it always starts off like as a full scene. Like I'm seeing a full scene in my head, and it's usually towards the end of the book. And I'm just like, okay, why are these people here? What are they doing? And it kind of just leads from there. So it's just like, it always starts with that one, like you said, like, what if? Like, it's awesome.
Yeah.
And then there's a question. Okay. What has been the hardest book to write so far?
Ooh.
That's a really hard question. Let's see. Don't know. Oh, what was kind of harder than usual is Harlequin has a new thing that they're doing, kind of like Criminal Minds. If you guys watched Criminal Minds, where it was a group of people, the same group, and there wasn't necessarily a lead character. I mean, we all probably had our favorites, but everybody played a role. So they started doing this thing, I think this year is the first, where they asked 4 different authors to each write a book featuring one character on a team, but the whole team is in the book. So instead of just being your hero and heroine, you write in the other characters too, and this FBI team goes on assignment. And they asked me to do one of those, and that one's coming out in January. But they assigned me, a character, and they told me a little bit, and they gave me an idea of how the story is going to go, and then I had to write it. And that was really hard because I've never written something that wasn't my idea before. And trying to live up to their standards or read into their notes and figure out what they meant by it. And to try to do a good job. That was really stressful.
Yeah,
That sounds
absolutely.
stressful.
It's like with every live show, my TBR grows. That's so true. Like honestly, like I like every time I either pick up either like a post-it note or a little scrap piece of paper, and I just have little scrap pieces of paper everywhere with just books like on it that I need to read. Amanda writes about my hometown here. That's cool.
Yeah,
I love it.
she's the best.
Do you keep all edits in a physical copy? Do you do anything special to celebrate a release for a book?
No, I don't keep a physical copy. Everything seems to be on my computer. Yeah, I think everything, like all my edits go back and forth digitally. Everything's just online. And do I do anything special? No, I don't do any. I don't do anything special when, I mean, I win all these national awards and you'll see me saying, oh, I won this award, but nothing happens at home. It's just like a canvas graphic and then.
So what
You
you're
post
saying
it on
is
the
next
socials.
time we have to do
Yeah.
something.
I don't know. Well, okay, so I have the release Marine Protector comes out this month. And then 1 month later, Dangerous Knowledge comes out. And then a month later, Closely Harbored Secrets comes out. And then a month later, I mean, we would be a party house. A month later is Impact Zone. And then I think I have February off. But then it starts again in March and in April.
I have February off. That's so funny. Honestly, I'm just amazed of how many books like you're actually just writing this year also, but then how many books that were released this year also. Like that's just
like 8. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of releases. But you know, I learned it's surprising how many aspiring authors are out there. And I never say no, because I always think as soon as I say no, my schedule's too busy. There's about 1,000 equally or more talented people standing in line just waiting for that opportunity. And then once you've said no, if another opportunity comes up that with that same publisher, they might say, oh, Julie, but then someone's going to say, well, we asked her last time and she wasn't into it. And they're just going to skip me next time. So I don't, you know, I feel like the one doctor at the ER that gets all the junkie shifts because they're new. So I feel like I'm over here just trying to build a little empire. I'm trying to make something. So I just need to suck it up and keep going, and you know, it'll pay off.
We will be your army.
You need an army. I'm building an army.
James asked, what series is this? I love FBI teams. That's just like the Impact Zone.
Impact Zone is my book, but I'm trying to think of what it's even called.
Hopefully Goodreads linked it. I'll be with you guys in a moment.
Yes. The best cover. I need to show off the cover soon. See, I keep forgetting things.
Sarah's here. Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Are you looking forward to Impact Zone? Which series are you looking forward to?
Why is it not searching? Don't be like this.
My kid is an only child. I hope she doesn't think I'm super duper boring.
Let's try it this way.
Working on my own stuff and I am nervous. It's always honestly like nerve-wracking to send your work off to somebody. Like I just sent a manuscript of mine off to Deja to beta read, and I'm just like, oh my God, I hope you love it, but also tear it apart because I need to know if it sucks. And Julie's asking, what is the first thing you do when you finish a book?
Start the next one.
Yeah, you have for so many, like you have like the next, you know.
Yeah, it's a little daunting. It's kind of overwhelming, but I don't know, but I don't mind because I do feel like I'm building something. I'm working towards something, and every book finds readers, and that's the goal. So yeah, it feels really good for a day or two. I'll walk around the rest of that day and maybe the next day, I finished my book, but I'm gonna get back to work.
It's on to the next one. It's a full-time job for sure. That's a good idea, Bianca. Keep Goodreads open.
It's not as filled out, but it's the Tactical Crime Division.
That's right.
So if they don't write this very I can't read and talk at the same time, and I've had alcohol, so I apologize now.
That's true. I forgot I had a new release yesterday, and Stacy was like, "Did you have a book come out today?"
Yeah, Marine Protector came out.
It goes on. So Tactical Crime Division, Traverse City book. So the first one I think is Rookie
Oh.
Instincts by Carol Erickson. Book 2 is Toxin Alert by Tyler Ann Snow.
Tyler, I love her.
And it says book 2, but I think it's supposed to say book 3 is Impact Zone by Julianne Lindsey.
That's me. I'm so excited. They gave me a really good hero too. They gave me a hero who was former military. He was bomb squad. He lost part of his leg to a bomb, but then he was recruited during while he was recovering. He was going to go back in. He was going to keep serving, and they pulled him out and put him on this bomb squad. And I thought, man, what a kick-ass guy that is, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
My hero.
And that just goes into, I mean, cozies with disabled main characters. We got a romantic suspense with a disabled main character. That's
That was
also
the first time I've done that. I don't have any cozies that way.
no.
Or with any kind of, I need to work on that. I know I do. I get in my groove and I keep writing the same kind of things over and over, and I know I need to branch out. But I worry that I won't do it justice. I worry that I live in a bubble, and what do I know, and how can I honestly portray anything that I don't understand? And I don't want to jack it up, and I don't want to ruin stuff, and I don't want to be, I don't know. So I do kind of write the same things again and again.
But I still think it's fresh because, I mean, you can tell that there's kind of a little bit of a theme between the books, but I mean, still, you can't really tell who the killer is, so it's still usually a surprise every time. And I think each character is fresh, and you bring something new to each. So there's something new to each book, so it doesn't feel like it's overused or like it's not.
Well, I'm glad you say that, because the cozies and what I write for Harlequin is kind of templated. I mean, for lack of a better, the readers are reading it because they want that same experience over and over, the same but different.
Yeah.
So I am kind of writing the same things
you do it
in both ways again and again. And I worry that the characters are going to all start to sound the same, and then I'm going to get black. But they become real to me. I'm very invested in my fictional characters.
Me too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, if we can get those detectives to be real, that'd be awesome.
I love Sarah. I have them all on pre-order. I love
Thank
that.
you. Oh my gosh, Sarah, thank you.
Sarah, she loves like the Harlequin lines, like all of the category romances and stuff. She loves those. She even has a video on her channel where she goes through just like all the the categories that she's looking forward to reading, or like an introductional guide to categories. So it's like if you're looking to get into category romances, Sarah's where you got to be, because she's amazing. Parties, yes, like yeah, we need to have like release parties. Yeah,
every month if you want to come on, we'll do a party. Look at the new book that came out.
Special dinner, like, or something, right, Bianca? Like, do something. because that's really amazing. It's like you did, like, you created this thing, you created it. I mean, that's amazing to me.
I don't know how it is. I guess I'm not asked other authors, but I don't feel like it's really happening, especially with the romantic suspense. I think I've accepted myself as a cozy writer. Like, I can get my head around that. I write cute mysteries. But I have a really hard time swallowing that I write romantic suspense. I don't know. It just doesn't click. It doesn't connect. And when that happens, it feels like it's happening to somebody else. With the awards, I've made different bestsellers lists, and it feels like, yeah, but did I really do that, though?
Is that really me? Did I really do that?
My brain rejects it. It's not happening. That's not real.
So yeah, Impact Zone, Tactical Crime Division. Stacey's on it. She's looking.
She's amazing. She made me a spreadsheet because she asked me about a book and I didn't know. And she was like, "Sweetie, they're your books."
She's also the one that was just like, you just had a book come out yesterday.
No.
I love Sarah. She is the series like Tactical Division?
It probably is called that. It's probably called this Tactical Crime Division, and then each 4 books, 4 different authors.
Deja, you don't suck. I promise. It's whenever you can get to it. You're not on a timeline. You're not on a deadline. I promise.
It took me a while to start it too,
totally
but then I did it. Again, I sat down one day and I was like, okay, we'll do this. And then I just booked it through, I think, in about 1 sitting or so.
Oh, did you? That's so funny.
Wait,
so sweet.
Which one? What did you read in 1 sitting?
It's her assassin novel.
It's like my writing that we're not talking about right now. It's like my manuscript that we're just not talking about. So.
It's really good.
And you're very sweet. I'm always like, I'm never submitting that. I don't know. It's fine. So hi, Sarah. Everyone's saying hi to you, Sarah.
Yes, Michigan, Traverse City, Michigan. Hey, Brandy just moved to Michigan. I don't know if she's near Traverse City or not, but I tried to send her something to her old address and it like went around the country.
Oh no, that's like my worst fear.
Where I'm like, did you move? So.
You mentioned you sign your books sometimes. If you see them first, that's awesome. Second, has any ever caught you? Has anyone ever?
But I go in there like I'm committing a crime because first of all, it is not my book. Like I understand that's my name, but it's not my book. It belongs to the store, or I don't know how that works, but it's not mine. And so basically, I'm like, I don't know. What is that called when you're writing it? Yeah, I was thinking defiling, but is that sexual? I'm doing something to this book.
You're defacing it.
Defacing.
Yeah, I'm defacing someone else's property, and I worry that I'm going to get in trouble just writing in these books. But I do. And when I used to travel a lot, I would find the nearest bookstores, even libraries, and look for my stuff, and I would write in them. Leave my bookmarks. Yeah.
If I find a book that's like just randomly find a book that was signed by you, I would scream.
I'd freak out. I love looking for like signed copies. They're just I love them.
So the Tactical Crime Division from the Harlequin, it has a bunch of different authors writing in like the series or the line. So you'll probably see like different titles and not just by Julie, but by like a lot of other people. Mm-hmm. So it's the Traverse City. It's set in Tactical Crime Division. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Everyone loves Sarah. Sarah's so great.
I know I'm sending all my review requests for intrigues now. My friend Sarah.
Sarah, I love you too. She's one of my romance buddies in my little group, and I love her so much. She's got into Harlequin. Yeah, like I tell you, like she just does the category. She does them so well. The category romance queen, she is. Julie also is a finalist for an award. She didn't even remember which book was up for the award.
Yes. You guys,
she's
I got an email saying that I was a finalist, and so I was super excited, but I didn't want, and Stacy called me out on it. I was super excited because I'm a finalist, like that's a big deal. And but I didn't make any record of applying for, like I had no idea what book I entered. None of it. So I tried to be real vague, and I went on all the social medias and I said, you guys, I'm so excited. One of my Harlequins is up for this award. And then of course someone's like, well, which book? And I'm like,
dang it.
I don't know. When I originally looked, it wasn't updated on the website yet, but you guys found it for me. Stacy found it for me. She's like, it's this. Come on,
Stacy's like your executive assistant.
There you go.
Charisse, hi, how are you? I don't think I've seen you in the chat since, but what I really want to know is there more Kitty Couture coming out?
Not as far as I know. So I did, when I was in Dallas, I was in Dallas last fall, and that's when they asked me to write another Jacqueline Frost book. But while I was having dinner with the publisher, he had said that they had plans to try to get renewed life into some of these series like my Kitty Coutures. Mm-hmm. They were originally released in hardcover, and they were targeted at like book clubs and libraries. But the average cozy reader doesn't buy a $27 hardcover. They're used to the mass market paperbacks where they can get 3 or 4 books for that price.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe that series just didn't get the footing it really needed because it just, that's not what you were used to. What You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
re-releasing paperbacks might be breathing some fresh air into them, maybe. And then you guys.
So yeah, if you want to help out, I have tried to get a hashtag going. Hashtag need more kitty couture.
Put it in the comments.
Okay, I will. And then also you have to, at the publisher at Crooked Lane, like, hey, need more kitty couture.
And hopefully if we get enough of us just being like, I will buy them all.
Honestly, I didn't even try to make that rhyme. It just happened.
It's wonderful.
I love it.
She's a college professor, so I love that so much. I've never been to Michigan, so I would love to go. I said yes, grabby hands. That's like the stuff you sent. Did you write my address? Probably. What do you have your two new interns doing as they start out working with you? Okay.
So my kid goes to this, I call it nerd school. It's this STEM plus M for medicine school. And it's, I don't know. I put my hat in the ring and said I could use some new interns. So most of the kids, like my kid is doing programming at the medical college because he's super smart with the programming. I don't understand it, but that's what he's doing. He's got other friends that want to be doctors. And so they're like working in the cadaver lab and I'm just like taking notes. Tell me more about what you learned today in the cadaver lab. But I got these two interns for books. Like they want to learn about the writing industry. And so far, I don't really have them doing much of anything. For me, I've spent the last month kind of bringing them into the industry. There's so many terms and like things that we take for granted that are new to them, like whips. I was talking about my whip and they're like,
what is that?
What is it? Like, what?
Yeah, like, she's like, they're like, we don't need to know about your personal life. Just tell us.
This is Lindsey.
This is Lindsey. Oh my goodness.
There's been a big learning curve, but I'm hoping since they're young and they grew up with the interwebs, maybe they can help me with creating graphics and stuff because I can't write all the books and do all the social media. So if I had someone that could create graphics and drop them in a thing for me or schedule posts, that would be priceless to me. And then the meanwhile, I can return the favor by maybe reading their stuff, giving them pointers.
Yeah.
But it's hard with teens. I don't want to hurt their feelings either because sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Bianca was asking if you hand wrote her address on what you sent.
Probably not. I keep a document with them with addresses because if I have your address, I will send you Christmas cards. I will send occasional thank you notes. Like I appreciate you guys so much, and I don't know how to like make you understand how much I appreciate you guys. When it comes down to it, every time you guys read a book and tweet about it or talk about it or just tell someone about it, every time you buy anything like that, you make our dreams come true. We couldn't have this job without you. It's huge. It's a huge, big deal. And I just appreciate you and adore you all.
Just like the book you sent, huge hugs, by the way. Did you handwrite my name like on the envelope? Yeah.
That's because I need tech support. Like I don't know how to make it print addresses on the labels. And so I'm like, it's more personal if I just write it myself.
I agree with that.
Know how to use the label.
Oh gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Mortician character.
That would be awesome.
That a mortician character? Oh my gosh. That'd be honestly that would probably that could just be like a whole series, couldn't it? Like because obviously their whole, work is just gonna be centered around dead bodies. So working with drivers in high school, my county sucks. Deja! I want to be a doctor. I'm more a forensics girl. Honestly, forensics is amazing.
Fascinating.
Yeah. Yes.
I wrote it.
We got to it. Yes. I'm so sorry. We're like, what?
Nicole, I'm gonna need you to drink some water.
I don't have any water around me. I'm just gonna drink more wine, okay?
This is why I needed to be there with you.
That's
I
totally
finished
fine.
my wine. I'm now onto my water.
I finished it in this cup, but I've moved on to my bigger cup because, I just want you to know I buy all your books and all your series. Personally, thank you so much for answering my question.
Thank you.
I mostly have like the paperback, like the mass market paperback, like you were saying. I'm sorry, that's not even a cozy. This is a cozy. Hi, how you doing?
Right.
But
you had to get things under the hardcover though, because they had them nowhere.
See, that publisher always goes first with the hardcover.
Mm-hmm.
And it's great because they get into libraries. A lot of libraries won't pick up the paperbacks because they just become damaged and they need, they don't last very long.
True.
Mm-hmm.
So they go with the hardcovers, but.
Oh yeah, I have those ones too.
I had to get these because these are just so adorable. Even though, yes, I'm gonna you sent me the reprint, but I was like, I need these additional, these original editions because they are so freaking cute. I mean, honestly, just look at them.
Hopefully they do a reprint of the first one, because when I went on to Harlequin the other day, it's like unavailable, and I'm like, no.
I know. So what happens is the first publisher prints them in hardcover, and then when those sell out, or I don't know how they decide, then they print them in the large paperbacks.
Oh.
And they sell the audio rights, and then they go and they look for book clubs and they sell book club rights. So it was really weird because they didn't tell me that they sold the book club rights. And because I write for Harlequin, this wouldn't have happened to anybody else, but because I also write for Harlequin, I get this box of books that say Harlequin. They've got the big diamonds on the outside. It's a Harlequin box and it's my address. And I open it up and it's my Crooked Lane books. And I'm like, what is happening? How did this happen? I don't even know. It didn't make any sense. How did my Crooked Lane books get in a Harlequin box? Then we found out that they'd sold the book club rights. And I think Harlequin just, I don't know. I don't know if anybody reads them or they just have a relationship with me. So they're like, okay, I'll buy those. But it gets me more readers because then they get automatically sent to the people that pay so much a month, and they get these auto deliveries.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and they make them in large print sometimes, and cozy demographics a little older.
Mm-hmm.
So Harlequin has just been really good to me from before I even wrote for them, when I was writing for Carina Press.
Mm-hmm.
Yay,
so if we want more copies like this, do we have to start tagging Harlequin too? Would that help?
I don't know. I feel like they just print X amount, and then when they're gone, they're just gone. I don't know.
So for the last book, for Cat Got Your Crown, because that wasn't up to purchase.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they didn't buy that one. I don't know.
How dare they? They should know that we need to get the Henry cookie shop.
Yeah.
I mean, any of them.
I had a whole self-published series planned that was not anything to do with, and then you guys got me all attached to the series again and thinking about that magical cookie shop. And I got 3 outlines ready to go to write these other books. And I'm like, maybe I should just wait and write. Maybe I should write about Henry and Willow.
Fingers crossed.
That's awesome.
I'll be here for it.
As long as I see, obviously, if they're about a certain couple, you still get, other couples and stuff so yeah, it's I definitely need, and Shannon will agree with me, the Henry and Willow spinoff, but as long as I can see more Jack and Lacey, I would be, that'd be amazing. And honestly, that first live stream with Cat Got Your Diamonds, when that was phenomenal. And I'm sure everybody on here who was at that first live stream was just oh my God, my life is made. That was honestly second best night of my life next to this night.
Do you know if they would, and I don't know if this is contracts or would cross, but is there any way that maybe in the Seaside Mystery we can actually have Jack and Lacey just pop in and help solve a crime, or is that probably frowned upon?
I don't know. And part of me thinks, well, they probably don't read my other books. Would they even know if I had Jack and Lacey go to the Seaside?
I don't think
they're having a honeymoon. I don't know.
I'm okay with that.
A honeymoon? Oh my God, my heart is pounding. He said,
The other
Guys.
challenge with cozies is
she said,
nobody.
It's a cozy. We're not going to get the details.
Listen, I could dream. Okay.
This is my favorite Outer Banks wine. Wait, I'm turning it wrong way. So this, yeah, they're Carolina. They're like called Carolina Red, and they're
awesome.
Hatteras, and which is one of the islands in the Outer Banks. They're so good. I started picking them up to give away and put in baskets with my Seaside series, and then I was like, these are kind of good.
These are like I think I sampled a little bit, and now I'm hooked. Hi, Trish. How are you? I'll have to put a post to Instagram and tag y'all to see the bookmark. Oh, yes. I love bookmarks. Do it. Do it. Oh, and then Shannon's like, unless the Mortician is too dark for an MC for a cozy.
I don't know. There's all these rules with the traditionally published. You know, there's guidelines, which is why I'm really looking forward to doing a self-published series. I don't want to give up traditional because that was always my goal. I don't know why. It just was. I wanted to be I wanted to traditionally. But now that I've been doing it a while, it would be really fun to try to see how a series would do if I just wrote it how I wanted to write it and just, you know, I could put as much romance as I wanted, and I could terrify my heroine at the end as much as I wanted. And
certain for your romance, certain stuff on page, not fade to black or
not for my cozies, but listen, did you guys watch I'm sorry, this is just a side bunny trail. Did you guys watch on Netflix the Outer Banks series? Did you guys watch it?
No, I didn't. Outer Banks
I have to now.
Outer
I'm going to check back with you. It's called Outer Banks, and it's a series. Okay, so when I started writing because I watched Twilight, and then I read all the Twilight books, and then I'm like, I want to write YA. Well, see how that's gone for me. But I really like YA. So I'm a CW fan. Like, I love all of that. There's something so freeing about teenage main characters. They don't have the baggage adults have, and they still will throw themselves on the train tracks just for what's right, you know, for a goal, a purpose, an abstract better good. I love that. And the paranormal, love it. This one isn't paranormal, but the Outer Banks series. So it's set in the Outer Banks, and it's about these like surfers and these kids that live in the Outer Banks and on the beach, and they're kids. They're 17, 18, 19, I don't know. Such a good series. But it made me want to write a self-published romantic suspense series with some former military who came home and set up on the Outer Banks, and they're just doing bodyguard stuff for the rich people, for the private parties. Awesome. They could have some adults. Yes.
I like it.
little sprinkle in there. Yes. Bianca, you're so cute. She's like, I cut up the mailer and made a bookmark out of it because it had my name and address with your handwriting.
Oh, Bianca. Oh my gosh.
That is so cute.
I'm going to send you things, you know.
I kept, honestly, like I've kept every single envelope, every single like mailer that Julia sent me, because I just think it's like I just have them in my little drawer over here. So I'm just like, I will go to school board and say that their face because they do. Some schools are good, but it's not evenly distributed like the 200 schools they can control. Do you mean for like doing like the cadaver works in high school? Is that what you're meaning?
I think so. Probably.
Honestly, I never even like that wasn't even a thing for my high school either.
No, it's just around here that the high school is actually housed at the Northeast Ohio Medical College. So within the medical school, they set up a STEM plus M school, and it's really a college prep school. It's a public school, but it's the best. And my kids are super kind of, I don't know, geeky in the best possible way, and they're just super smart. And a couple are they're just that way. And I was driving 4.5 hours a day last year, back and forth, just to get them to this school, because it just was it was their people, and they were thriving. And you know, I was living at a library like a homeless person all day, but they were being really nice to me. You know, mamas do what they got to do.
That's for sure.
But because they're at the medical college, they have these opportunities for internships, and They take advantage of it, which I think is fantastic.
Shanna's never heard of book club rights, and honestly, I have never either. So
Right?
But they make really freaking cute covers. Let me just tell you.
Yeah. Well, you guys have seen, like, there's one cover for the original cover, and then there's another cover for the book club cover. Then there's another cover for the audiobook cover.
yeah,
Oh my gosh, the Kitty Couture audiobook covers. If they ever put that on the book, I'd buy it so hard.
Jen loves the audiobook covers.
They're so cute. I have them in like CDs, and I think I don't know who has a CD player, so I have all these CDs.
I was like,
I would buy them just to have them, honestly.
Well, I get really excited when Harlequin sells my translation rights. So I get these books, and they're like translated for Holland and Iceland and France, and that's really
so cool.
Excited. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Sometimes I see them online. I Google myself all the time.
Well, I know you posted the other day too that you had one. You're like, I can't remember what book this was for because it was in a language that who knows what it was. But that's so awesome.
Bianca's asking, what is a large paperback? Okay, so you have the mass market paperbacks, which are these. They're like the typical.
We're sorry to plug another out there, but will be the
and then
So the larger
paperbacks
side by side. Yeah, see how much smaller the mass market is?
Mm-hmm.
And those are usually like $7.99. It's like printed on the back, $7.99, sometimes $9.99. But then the larger, that trade paperback is usually what happens to a hardcover. It usually goes from hardcover to trade paperback, and those are like $14.99. So even if you're getting a paperback after it's been a hardcover, you're still paying twice as much almost as the mass market. But the mass market gets a bad deal in the industry as like, they're just expendable or something. And for a long time, the New York Times bestsellers list quit counting the mass markets. If you're a mass market, you weren't even important enough to count.
Wow.
And they've gone back and they've redone that now, which is great because Harlequin sells a ton of our books, and we weren't getting, the acknowledgement for that, which was unfortunate. But it's back now, so that's good.
That is good. I mean, most of in my physical library, I have mostly mass market paperbacks. Like I do have, I have hardback, I have trade back, but as you can see behind me, like that's all like mass market paperback. So it's like, that sucks that you're not getting the credit for that, but I'm glad that they changed it.
Yeah. I love that my phone now puts Kitty Couture, just automatically corrects it to
yes.
It knows.
Bianca's just stalking eBay. Yeah, do it. Like honestly, eBay. Like honestly, like any of like the harder to find like editions of books, like eBay is the place to go. I'm just saying.
That's a good one.
I'm a little conflicted because I have the first few Kitty Couture. That's how honestly, because I have the paperbacks. Sorry.
I hate to go on Amazon, but Amazon used books have these too.
Yeah. So I have like the paperbacks, but then I also have the hardcovers in this edition because I had to have both. Like, yeah, of course.
I think the first book is sold out like in everything.
Yes.
Hardcover paperback, the book club paperback, it's just gone other than digital.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And audio, of course. Somebody just told me, it might have been Deborah, I don't know if she's still here, that they made Audible Plus on Amazon where you kind of like Kindle Unlimited, so you could listen to as much. And they told me, and I think it was Deborah, told me that you can now listen to my Jacqueline Frost and my Julie Chase books. So that's another way that they might, get some fresh breath again. Yeah.
When we get enough people, Kitty Couture, and we can just get that hashtag trending on. Like I told Nicole this, I was like, we just have to send this to Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift, being a huge kitty person, would be like, oh my God, these things are the greatest things since sliced bread. And then it just goes off from there.
Come on, Taylor.
Oh yeah, Kim, you were saying like you just kind of like found my live stream too for the first book, and I just love that.
Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't get mad at me for crashing, but I was like,
oh no,
mad
I was so excited.
Holy,
did you
mad at you? Oh
like,
my God. I was like, when we got like, oh my God, I love it. Don't ever think you cannot comment on one of my live streams because I love you. I love you. Like honestly. Code word, honeymoon. Trish, you are totally fine. Thank you so much for coming. I miss your face. Welcome, Trish. Welcome, Trish. I watched Outer Banks. The first half was so good, but the second half, I was like, WTF. I'll have to
What was the second half? What went wrong?
We'll tell you about it when we watch it.
when we watch it. Honestly, like I watch a bunch of the CW shows. Like I love the CW. Love it. Ooh, Outer Banks. A lot of Outer Banks fans.
So we need to get on this.
I really
Bodyguard. Honestly, I love like the bodyguard trope in romance. Like I do. I love it so much.
Me too.
Still mad that you don't. The lack of opportunities is astounding.
For the cadavers.
The cadaver shack. Yeah.
The kids' Boneopoly game looks so good.
It did. That was insane.
Yeah, their school is project based, and it's one of those. I don't know if all STEM schools are like this. I only know because of my kids' schools, but so most of what they do is projects, and they'll get one project, and maybe, for example, they have to build a structure or a tower or some kind of thing out of supplies that they give them. You can pick your own supplies, but then they might write a paper on how they put it together and why they chose those things, and that becomes an English grade. Maybe they get an art grade for the final project. Maybe they get a math grade on how they made it tall enough because the base was this big to support the weight of, so everything is kind of integrated, and they're learning things in a kind of a holistic way.
Mm-hmm.
I will, Bunny. Love you.
Stacy's saying she has a CD player in her car. Like, yeah, I have a CD player.
I still do. My car's a 2006.
Bianca's asking if you have any Spanish translation.
I don't. It's really weird. It's been like Holland, Iceland, French.
That's cool though.
And then they go to like I don't know, Great Britain and Australia in English.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. I would love a French copy. Just so.
I was like, I think we need to go to France. I mean, anytime to go to France.
Anytime. Currently reading Bromance Book Club. I need to read the second book.
It is so good. The third one comes out at the end of this month. I think it comes out. Is it
What book are you talking about?
The Bromance Book Club.
Oh, I'm on the waiting list at my library for that. For the Audible or for the audio.
I love that you when you post that you're reading or you're listening to the audiobooks, like when you go on your hikes and when you go on your
my little walks, my escape. I had French to show you, but I don't. These are I don't know what these are. These are the ones that I was like, look, I don't know what it says, but it's my book.
That's really cool though. That's so cool.
Yeah, maybe I don't have the French ones. I don't know. I don't even know what I have. You guys, I'm a hot mess. My life is run on Post-it notes, and I can never find them. Do you know what happened when we moved? Okay, so I was driving 4.5 hours a day to get the kids to nerd school, and then that was just too much. It was stressing me out, so we decided to build a house 45 minutes away where the bus would drive them to nerd school.
Uh-huh.
And I canceled my trip to RWA Nationals in New York because it was the exact same week that our house was getting done, and that, so it was sad, but it was a priority. Yeah. Well, then I cancel my everything. I lose my deposit. I get rid of my room. And about a week or two before the event, I find out that I'm nominated for an award. Aww. And then 2 or 3 days later, I find out I'm nominated for another award. And then the next day, right? So it was 3 awards, and they're all being given out at these fancy parties in New York City. And I'm like, I can't miss it. So my husband says, go. We've got this. Just go.
Aww.
So I went and had a great time. I won every one of those awards.
Nice.
When I came home, the house that I had lived in 4 or 5 days ago was packed up and empty. The movers were there. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't live here anymore. Like all my stuff's packed up. But because everything's on Post-it notes, I lost a Post-it note.
Oh,
and Jill called to see if I could, my agent, Jill Marshal, who's like a glorious angel. And she puts up with all my crazy and neurotic, like mess. And she asked me to do the tactical crime division. Could I squeeze it in? I'm like, yeah, I can do this. I only have 2 more books to write first, and then I can get to that. And she goes, 2? I have you down for 3. forgot that I even had another book to write because it wasn't on a Post-it note.
Oh no.
See, my husband's like, I told you, Post-it notes aren't a good way to run your.
That is so funny.
Oh,
I love
you
the
say that
floppy
with your
paperbacks
symbols?
too, Sarah.
Oh yeah.
Reprint. Tomorrow book mail. Awesome.
Nice.
As a
Yay.
news dealer, yes.
It was really hard. I tried to find it, but it did not happen for me.
These
I will have
books,
to look again.
these books, and then The Cat Got Your Diamonds. Yes, absolutely, they were hard to find. Yeah, my books. I feel like since I would like my books to match too. That's the thing too. Kim, I'm so happy you found us too.
Yeah.
Too.
Imagine watching this live show instead of reading your chapter you need for school.
Oh
Thanks, Stacia.
no! Sorry. I didn't know your teacher.
Oh my god, could you imagine? It's like I just need an excuse note written by Julianne Lindsey. That would be amazing. Yeah, like seriously, I would love that you're in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have more Post-it notes, and my daughter lives on Post-it notes too. And the polka dotted bin, I think, in the back.
More fit on your shelf, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
It's your thing.
Spanish
learning.
Spanish copy.
Yeah.
Oh, they're
Dutch,
saying, yeah. Jen, where did you say I could buy Cat Got Your Crown?
So I had to get crafty because they were very hard to find. So Amazon, they have used books. Just read through the descriptions though, because some of them they're like, oh, it comes without the cover, and I'm like, why am I buying a book without a cover? Like that's not okay.
Yeah, Bianca, I got you. I got you.
I live my life on Post-it notes. Yeah, honestly, like just even on my laptop here, like I have like 4, 6 Post-it notes just on here that live because that's my life too.
I need Post-it notes, but I just have the paper that doesn't actually have the sticky on the back. It's just like the notebooks that you get because the covers are so cute.
Thank you. Every time, yeah, I don't think I've ever won an award for cozy, but I win them for the romantic suspense, which really messes with my head because I didn't write any romantic suspense.
You don't fully believe that you write romantic suspense.
Yeah. Look, I got this one. This one just came from Mark by the Marshal. Are you guys reading that? Marshal?
Yes, we are reading that.
Oh, I got a golden quill. Oh, I have a story about that too.
I got it.
So the first,
I have them all in arm's reach.
The first one of those that I ever wrote was Federal Agent Under Fire. And then I wrote the second, The Sheriff's Secret. I think that both of those books won something. But I get a call when I wrote the third one, which was the Sheriff's something deputy, Shadow Point deputy. Yes. So I get a call from the editor and she says, your series name is something of Cade County, Protectors of Cade County. And she said, my friend Tyler had a series out at the same time called The Protectors of Riker County. And she was afraid that readers of her series would get confused with my books, Protectors of Cade County. So after the first two brothers, they changed the series name to Garrett Valor.
Okay.
So books 1 and 2 have a different series name than book 3 or 4.
Oh, so we're starting in 3 and 4?
Yeah, you guys are reading 3 and 4.
Whoops.
Awesome.
You know, it's really cool. Our industry is so weird. So
like, we can switch it up if we need to, guys.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome.
Are you guys reading that?
We are. We're reading.
Can you see the
next one? I think is.
I got this one for that.
Oh,
that's
really awesome. I think honestly,
I think it's
the next book.
This one.
The next book we're reading is Shadow Point Deputy. That's next week.
And then Marked by the Marshal.
I hope you guys like them. They're very different than the cozies.
We're gonna love them.
I don't know.
Well, because I've already read.
She's already read these two.
Deadly Cover Up and Missing in the Mountains, and I love them. They were fantastic. So
I'm learning. Slow and steady.
5 stars, because honestly, nothing less for the queen here. Post-it notes do work, except when you move. Oh, I have the note app on my phone too, but then it transfers to the computer. Yes. I sent you, Julie, the coolest mouse pad for sticky notes that I currently have in my Amazon cart.
Yay, thank you.
I just posted an app on my computer as well. Sent it to Instagram. Okay, so
Thank you.
So cool.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I'm gonna have a lot of reading to do in the next 7
the
days.
next several days.
I can do it. I believe in me.
Forgive me. There was like a learning curve in those. Those were my first ever romantic suspense, and to try to fit into a category like Harlequin is this well-oiled machine, and I'm trying to navigate my way.
It's gonna be great. I already know it.
Even when you're saying like cozy mysteries and the category romances, they get formulaic. I've only read Deadly Cover Up and Missing in the Mountain, but I cannot wait to read your other stuff. But it's just like, yeah, they are formulaic, but you do make them their own, and you like the characters, like Jen was saying like earlier, they're very fleshed out. The characters are very original, and they're fantastic.
Thank you.
So which one's first? Federal Agent Under Fire?
Federal Agent Under Fire. That was my first crack at it. I about fell off my couch when my agent called and said that Harlequin offered me a contract. Shut up. Stop.
You're like, no, they didn't.
No.
Federal Agent.
I don't write that.
Oh, they only have it on Kindle. Rude. Know what I want. Sorry.
Know that I need physical
They do have the paperback. Okay. One in stock. Add to cart. Nobody else go on Amazon. You're not allowed.
I want to do it right now. They're still very, very good. See, Stacy knows.
And the Sheriff's Secret is 2.
I love how Shannon knows what we're doing and we don't even know. Thank you, Shannon, for keeping us on point.
Do we need to do another one?
I remember Shadow Point Deputy. The woman's a cat lover, so Jen will like her.
Oh my God.
Love it.
I already love it.
Cat lover. She gets herself into trouble feeding those stray cats.
Oh my gosh, Bianca, you are so funny. She's like, I have to pee. I've been holding it, but I'm on my cell phone. Stop it! Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
How come they don't have this? Okay, well, now you're making me nervous. So I'm going to proceed to check out, Nicole, because you're...
She's like, you must not get the book. I must get the book.
It's free shipping, so I'm fine, but I just...
Hey, get 2 copies. What the heck, man?
These Marshal books,
they're under Julie and Lindsey.
Julie and Lindsey. All my romantic suspense was. So, and I think that goes back to Harlequin and I had a relationship already because I wrote for Carina Press. And so they didn't ask me to change my name. They just let me be me. And that is so incredibly validating. Every time I started a new publisher and they asked for a new name, I think, I hope you know I'm not going to fulfill my bargain on keeping up with social media for a 4th name or a 5th name. I'm only one person.
No, why do they? Oh, gosh.
Julie, the order in the description box of this live stream, you can see the entire schedule for the rest of the year for the live streams that we're doing. So definitely take a screenshot of that, and you'll be able to know the order of the books that we're reading.
I beat you to it, Nicole.
Honestly, like you could have bought 2 copies, just
They had 1 copy available.
Oh, okay, got it. Rude.
Otherwise, I would have considered it.
Rude. Alicia's right. You're fantastic in both genres.
Thank you.
Where did the other one go?
Sarah agrees with me. Formulaic isn't a bad thing. Honestly, because like you were saying, like Harlequin is so structured and you have to write within those guidelines or you can't publish within that. Yeah. But
right.
So Federal Agent Under Fire is 1. I'm the worst.
Yeah, that one's first.
Oh,
they won't arrive in time, but they'll be on my bookshelf, so that's all that matters.
Rude, Jen. Rude.
Book 2 was
the Sheriff's Secret.
Sheriff's Secret.
That one is now arriving October 15th. So
I think that book has the closest that I've come to writing a sex scene. They always close the door on those in the Harlequin intrigues. They don't have sex on the page. So
rude. Don't they know what we need?
Don't we need this on page? Blaze, Harlequin Blaze, and then Nocturne. Even though Nocturne's not a thing anymore,
I
they have
think
sex
Blaze
on
is
page.
over too. I think they got rid of, yeah.
So sad. I mean, come on. God, don't you need, like, with all the angst, especially, Julie, with all the angst that you write, especially because it takes 4 books for these characters to kiss sometimes, I'm just like,
3 books.
The angst is real.
You can't really have a couple in cozy though.
That's
you
true.
know? So every time they get together, they have to take a few steps back. And probably they wouldn't have kissed in book 4 if I thought it might have gone on, but
that would have broke my heart.
Did we already answer Shannon's question for book 2? It's the
Yes.
Sheriff's Secret. Okay.
Sheriff's Secret, yeah. Mm-hmm. We need to turn that spreadsheet I made into a checkbox poster for everyone to download. Yes. Okay, the unofficial book 1 and 2, Federal Agent Under Fire, and the Sheriff's
She got
Secret.
it. Okay, yep.
Yes.
Shannon's keeping us together.
Shannon, you're my executive assistant. Thank you, Shannon. I really appreciate it.
Shannon, you can't ever go anywhere. Don't leave
You
us.
can't ever leave us. Thanks, Shannon. We get to do this like every week. Best news ever. Yes.
Until the end of the year, and then probably afterwards, because we're gonna need to keep going.
So yeah, for the rest of the like I was saying in the description box is the schedule for our live streams. Jen and I try to go live every Wednesday to talk about a book, and the rest of the year just happens to be for Julie and Lindsey because she's fantastic.
These are the next 2. And then after those 2, we have these 2.
Yes.
And then after these 2, we have, oh God, I'm probably going to put them in the wrong. Actually, The Spine is Nice to Me, January 1st. These 2, and oh no, nope, I did it right. And then we have this one, but the 4th one's not out yet.
Right, that one's coming.
Oh, it's coming.
Dangerous Knowledge. So that has a neat story too, the Dangerous Knowledge.
Yeah.
When we were building my house last year, the I keep calling him the builder. He wasn't the builder. He was like the coordinator. Like he was in charge of my project. And super, like the nicest guy ever. Super, everything. It was like 26. So he's just like this baby. And he's so kind and he's just on the ball. And he told me, I'm going to get this house done before school starts. Because I'm going to get you up here so you don't have to start driving to school next school year. We're going to get this done. And his name was Jack. I'm like, that's only 3 months. Can you build a 4,000 square foot house in 3 months? And he said, bet. And he did. He built a house in 3 months.
Oh my God.
That's insane.
It was insane. Every day I'd be driving. And I set his ringtone to Bob the Builder so I know him calling. And he would be like, I've been past your house. These guys got done early. I've got the next guys on the way. 3 months, this house was done and it's perfect. I've got 0 complaints. And so he really thought he must be a reader. So he thought it was neat that I was a writer. I don't really think he maybe read romantic suspense.
He does. He 100% does.
I don't know how your wife would feel, but would you run it by her? And I would love to write you and your wife as the hero and heroine for my next romantic suspense book I'm starting to write. And he like texted me back within a half an hour. He's like, I wrote her. She said, yeah. So Jack and Caitlin in the Dangerous Knowledge, that's my builder, Jack. And
that is awesome.
That's awesome.
That's so fantastic.
I think it comes out next month.
I need to get them to him, but I have
Yes. So Shannon and Sarah miss Blaze. Shannon does know everything. She's amazing. Elizabeth, because we don't have those 2 books because we didn't know they were.
We
part
were
of the
unaware
series.
because
we were
Garrett
unaware.
Fowler started with 1, but now that we know, so if anyone wants to attempt 3 books in 7 days,
I mean, I believe
you could do it,
us.
Nicole. You could do it in 1 day.
I can totally do it. It's totally fine.
Shannon did finish. I think she finished like 3 books the other day. Again, I feel like a stalker for Shannon because every time she posts, I was like, look at how much she reads. She's down to 21 books unless she started a new one since I saw that.
Shannon reads she starts 5 books, 6 books at a time.
Yeah,
That's fantastic.
I don't even know how.
Yes,
There you go, Steve. Mine's gone, but I have water now.
You'll feel better in the morning than I do.
Yeah. Honestly,
Yeah.
it's like it's like it's fine. It's fine. I'm totally fine.
I'm a lightweight. I can't have that much wine and then survive.
And then live the rest of my life. It's fine. We'll have to keep our eye out for Builder Jack. Yes. Such a great story. Okay.
Oh,
so
he was fantastic.
More questions.
Wait, we got Shannon. I know you have it copy pasted. Let's do this. We still have some of the game, guys. Don't think I forgot about this.
All right.
I'm going to do questions because I feel like the game is pretty much over at this point.
We've only done like what? So 2 questions and we have 10 questions.
Do we?
But it is a bit late here.
Oh, no. Okay. Yeah, you guys do the questions.
Yeah.
All right.
So Shannon also asked, what is one of your favorite recipes included in your book?
Ooh.
Okay, I know this one.
I know this.
The rum cake. I don't know if the rum cake's been in one of the seaside cafes that are already out, or if it's in. Oh, is it already out?
Yes.
Okay. So that rum cake recipe is from when my mom went to, I don't know, like on a cruise when I was a kid. She went to Jamaica or someplace, and she had a rum cake and she loved it. And then she ordered them, and when I was a kid, there's no internet, so it took like 100 years to get here by a slow boat. It was so good. And so my mom started trying to recreate this rum cake recipe. Mm-hmm. And over time, she just got it to where it's fantastic. And so now I make this rum cake recipe every Thanksgiving. I make like a ton of them, and I take them. I make sure that my mom's got one to go home with her, and my mother-in-law has one, and I take one to my local Sisters in Crime Christmas party. I think if you light it on fire, it would burn for 6 months.
Yes, it has that much alcohol in it.
And it's one of those ones you make like half a cup for the icing and 2 sips for Mom, and then.
Bye, Alicia. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
I wish, honestly, I wonder
if they're on Audible.
I need to read more books, honestly. But honestly, the Blushing Bride in the No Good Tea Goes Unpunished. But then also, I really want to try. Hold on, let me look back here. I think it's
that peach ginger tea.
It's the mango shrimp spring rolls. I'm like, oh my god, I need to. Oh, it's this one. I need to make that. Honestly, it sounds so good. I cannot wait to make that.
Do you try all the recipes before you put them in the book, or some of them just?
I do. I try, but I'm not very good in the kitchen. But my daughter, she's 12, but she likes to try everything. So sometimes we just give it a go. But those spring rolls, I'm not very good at the paper.
Oh
yeah. That just seems to be. I think you did like a little alternative for like the salad or something. There's like but it's like the same like ingredients, and I'm just like.
Okay, that sounds right, because I remember like freaking
the paper is hard. The spring rolls, yes.
I don't know why all of a sudden that just made me think of the Seaside Cafe where she was making this like a sandwich live, and she goes to take a bite of it and it just spills everywhere. And I was like, that's something that feels like I would do.
She's so cute. She's like, and then she just stops it. She's like, she doesn't even say like bye or anything. She's like, I gotta go.
This is why I didn't want to do live. But I love all the comments that everyone gave her where they were like, oh, it's so nice to be able to like.
They're so supportive. They're like, you're so fine. You're fine. Deja took a 4-hour nap, so she's here for the long haul. That's so funny.
That's funny. That's my kid without the schedule because of COVID. And so my senior is just on this weird, since November, he's up all night, and then he sleeps half the day, and then he crams his homework, and then he's like nocturnal.
Like his schedule flipped.
Yeah, but that's how he thrives. He's like a night owl naturally, where I wouldn't survive.
So I think we need to pick a recipe and report back next week.
I'm there for it.
Rum cake. It sounds so good. My aunt used to make this Southern Comfort cake, and it was so good.
Ooh.
So
Are
good.
we ever going to get the lemon cake recipe in the Seaside Cafe mystery? Dang it.
No! Come on!
Finish the question, but you knew.
She knew exactly. She's like, you're not ever getting that. Let me get
Yeah.
it.
I've thought about it. I thought, well, if I know it's the very last book, do I add it
Yes.
or not? And I don't know.
You can just
We'll-
email. Just email.
We'll just hope that the series never ends and that we never need the recipe for that reasoning.
I hope they let me keep going with it because I'm having so much fun and I so adore the Outer Banks. So
It's a great
love
fingers
series.
crossed, but
It's a great series.
It really is. I'm sorry it took so long to read it. Okay, Nicole, stop judging me with your eyes. I see that.
I'm
You should
judging
have told me there was a series with cats in it, and I would have read sooner.
You should just trust me by now. Honestly, how long have we known each other? Just read
You
the
told me
books
to
that
read Breath of Scandal, and I will hold that against you for the rest of my days.
one book out of how many, but whatever. Okay,
I
so
think it is a teenager thing, Deja.
yeah.
Yeah,
When I
he's
was
so,
a kid, yeah, I used to stay up late.
I can't.
Yep,
I'm
he's up all
an
night.
early
And then
riser.
he's a computer. Like he's that, you know, he's a programmer, he's a gamer, he's up all night. So in college, he's probably going to only have afternoon classes and
Shit, that was a quick no. Wow.
I'm holding out on that.
I'll allow it.
So,
Just hopefully
you-
you don't gut us with the next book. So you said you changed it, so never mind. I'll go into book
I did my best to make up for it, but
to make up for it, so it's still in there. Oh man, I thought
Oh,
I
yeah.
convinced myself.
it's in there.
It's the night owl.
It's the cozy, man. They can't have a happily ever after. You can't have like a happily married cozy heroine.
Sitting down.
Angst going. Luckily, Grady's
tell me.
great, but he's got problems. You know, he's got
True.
a kid that he's got to manage first,
Gotta
and then
That's
find a
true.
mother. And then she's up for. Is she still up for office now? Oh gosh, it's been so long since I finished the.
no, she
She gave up for the aunt, right? Oh, I can't. Okay, I want to.
she's still up for office. The election. So
Yeah.
finally, after all these books, and the one that comes out December 29th, there's finally the election. We get the election results. So that's huge. I had the opportunity to, it's really weird that it comes out December 29th because I set it in the fall around election time.
Mhm.
And then I get to have play with, you know, the magical elements and
Yes.
the spirits that may or may not live in her house. And, you know, it was just so much fun. It was the most fun I've had writing a cozy since the Kitty Cadors.
So we have a lot of
Night out.
we have a lot of night owls in the chat here. So Julie, you said you are a fan of Sandra Brown. What's your favorite Sandra Brown?
I don't even know if I could. I worship this woman. If only. I mean, you know, can you even imagine being Sandra Brown, having
Oh my
all
God.
those books and they're made into movies and
She is so prolific and just so sweet and so wonderful.
and
She's been writing since the 80s.
And she's the nicest, sweetest, kindest, most patient. Like she put up with all my fangirl nonsense. I mean, she's not even phased.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how I ended up on this panel with you. I love you.
I love you so much. Yeah, I love her too. Honestly, when I first got into romance, the first book I read was a Sandra Brown, and it was Words of Silk. I'll remember that till the day I die. And then the first like suspense romance I've read from Sandra Brown was Chill Factor, and I love that book. I've read that book probably about 5 times. And then I made Jen read it.
Yep, that one. I love that one. I've loved all of her books except for Breath of Scandal, but that's just a book with a trigger that I'm not a fan of. So
Yeah.
Do you know one of my books that's coming up? So I've already told you, I can't connect that I write romantic suspense. It just doesn't click. So I am, in my mind, I am happy and positive and a little quirky and a little, you know, but in a fun, not creepy way.
my life's going down. Sorry.
Yeah, like I'm the Midwestern mom. I'm that person in my head. and I got a call that they're going to put a trigger warning in one of my intrigues, and it kind of made me sad. I mean, I get why they did, I guess, but it's like it's messing with my head that's already not accepting that I write romantic suspense at all. But
are you?
But I like
that
they put
the trigger
warning.
Yeah, well, so my heroine, and I can't even think of what they named the book. Protecting his witness, maybe, or protecting. I don't know.
Okay.
Isn't that terrible? I don't know the names of my books.
Stacy, we need your help, Stacy.
It's coming out. I think it's one that comes out in March. It's the beginning of a new series.
Okay.
I think it's the first book in a new series. But she was violently raped 5 years ago and nearly killed.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So I don't describe that because that was 5 years ago.
Okay.
But come to the present, and she's thinks that her stalker or her rapist is back. She has reason to think he's back. And she finds that he's been stalking her ever since. But I talk a lot about how she's changed her whole life after that one incident. She's sort of isolated herself and, extra precautions in every way. And she's got this routine in this bubble so that she feels safe for a change. And then she finds out none of that mattered. He never left. But
oh no.
Yeah, just reading about someone with PTSD who's been through that was enough to get a trigger warning, and it's really messing with my head. Like I don't write stuff that needs
trigger warnings.
Trigger warnings. Like I'm like a Mary Poppins lady.
But honestly, I'm glad that they're starting to do trigger warnings in books now, just because there's been a lot of call for action on, especially like on Twitter and Bookstagram and things like that, of like there needs to be trigger warnings in books just for that reason. So
I agree.
And I agree with you, Stacy. It does need to be an
HBO show. Just saying.
She said I can't help you. That book hasn't come out yet.
I might be able
to get to be TV series, but oh my gosh, could you even imagine writing a book that becomes a screenplay that becomes like a TV show? I can't even get my head around that. How is that? What would that even be like? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's intense.
But I think authors have more hope than ever because of all the because of all the streaming. Yes. And everybody wants original content. And so and it's a lot easier to just find books than to try to create the wheel. You can just go find a book. So, and I know Harlequin has a contract, maybe with more, I should know this, but I don't, with more than one filming company. And they sign contracts to do, say 15 movies with this place or with this place. And the way I understand it is that they come to Harlequin then and say, we're looking to make a movie or a series with these features. And then Harlequin will look through all their backlist, everything they've got that fits that criteria, and present it all to them and then let them choose. But more and more books than ever are becoming movies and series. So I feel like there's a chance, more of a chance than 10 years ago or even 5.
Right. It's SVU surveillance.
Thank you.
Goodreads. Goodreads is on it.
SVU surveillance.
You also have April 1 coming out April 1st. Protecting his witness.
Yeah, that was the one you were talking about for the trigger warning?
No, that was the March one, I thought.
No, I was wrong. That's not what it's called.
No. Protecting his witness is April. SVU surveillance, which I believe so because in the description it says so SVU, 5 years later. When yeah.
So protecting his witness, that woman is like 8 months pregnant on the run.
Oh, goodness.
They okay. I don't know. I might have told you guys this before. If I did, I apologize. But when I first started writing Harlequins, the first couple, there was no baby. There was no pregnancy. Probably the first 3. Maybe all 4. No, the first 3. The first 3. And my agent said, readers really like to see a pregnant woman or someone with a baby, like a baby in danger. And everything in my brain was like, no. Also, how do you write a romance with like a baby and diapers and like I can't do that. But I did it because that's what they wanted, and I pushed myself and I got it done, and that was exciting. But then we were in Toronto for RWA or for some event, and I got a chance to talk to the people that do marketing. So Harlequin spends all year, every year, looking at the people. I guess they will just walk up to you at Walmart and say, oh, that's Harlequin. Tell me why you buy that line. Tell me about why you buy Harlequin. Tell me. And they get all this research from actual people that are buying the books.
Yeah.
And they said that these intrigues, at least at the time that I asked her, the research from that year said that these people buying intrigues were often single moms or people whose baby daddy or husband or whatever man was in the life, they weren't good to them. They were physically or emotionally abusive or both. They didn't live up to who they should have been.
Mm.
And the lady said that, some of them would just break down and cry at Walmart and say, I read these books because I want to know that there are men out there that would still love me with a baby, that would still love me pregnant, that would be the man that my man should have been or said he was and wasn't. And after that, I'm like crying listening to that. Every baby in danger.
That's so true, though. That's so true.
Knew there was a need. That was that something as pithy as some little, 55,000 word romance with a baby is actually giving someone hope that, you got a bad egg, that he's the exception to the rule. He's not the rule. So I'll put all the babies in danger if it keeps giving someone a reminder that they need that there are men out there who will do the right thing always.
Oh, nice.
I love that. I love that. So yeah, Kitty Couture is Hallmark. Yeah, that'd be awesome. And then Stacy wants to know who you would cast in the Seaside Cafe.
So I have a Pinterest board dedicated to this.
Oh my God, I love that. Oh my God. I'm gonna look for you and follow you on Pinterest.
I know. I was like, let's do it.
When I was looking, I couldn't find a plus sized model that fit my image of what I kind of thought she looked like. So, so the girl that you're seeing on there with the dark, wavy, crazy hair is kind of how I imagined she looked, but she would be curvier. She would be larger. They're just hard to find.
Yeah.
And I think that I was going to call him Uncle Hottie. Did you guys watch Vampire Diaries? I don't know.
Yes.
Uncle Hottie is who I got. He was the werewolf uncle of Tyler. Do you remember he had like blonde? And then I think he went on to be on a PD Blue show or something like that. He's like sandy blonde. He dated Gaga. Do you remember this guy? I can't think of his real name.
I can't think of his name either, but I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm like, I can see his face.
Uncle Hottie.
Uncle Hottie. That is so funny. Oh my God. Oh, that's fantastic. Because I know you posted on Facebook, you posted a while ago, for the Seaside for Grady, you put Stephen Amell, and then you put for Everly, Emmy Rossum.
Maybe that's who it is. I can't place the name Emmy.
Emmy Rossum went on to Chicago Fire.
Fire, yeah.
For Emmy Rossum, she was in Mason, that's right.
Mason, yes.
Shannon. Uncle Hottie keeps us on track. But for Emmy Rossum, she plays in Shameless, but then she played in Phantom of the Opera. She was yeah.
Yes, her. Yeah.
I need to look it up.
Taylor Kinney is obviously Mason.
Yeah, I thought he would be good because I know everyone can't be Stephen Amell. So I try to find alternative Stephen Amell.
Honestly, the fact that everyone can't be Stephen Amell
is so disappointing.
So sad. So sad. Honestly, every time. What I love about the first season of Arrow is that almost in every single episode they have him doing the salmon ladder, and I love that so much.
Yes, I hate when they stop that. I was like, "Why are you doing this to me?"
Go. Honestly, I think with the Kitty Coutures, I had someone more like Ian Somerhalder in my mind for him because he was the dark hair and the pretty eyes instead of the fair hair.
Yes.
But it all comes back to that personality, that sort of, the tough exterior and the big heart of gold underneath. once you get to there.
Can't find your Pinterest board. Okay, we'll have to link your Pinterest board, Julie.
I'm addicted to Pinterest. I spend so much time in school pickup lines, just like.
It's awesome. Ironically, Stephen also played a werewolf on Vampire Diaries.
Yes, I know.
Now I have to go back and rewatch the entire series because I cannot.
You know what else he was on that I didn't realize the first time I watched it? Did you guys watch New Girl?
Yes.
No.
He's in there.
He played one of Cece's terrible dates, and he was like high the whole time.
I do remember that. He was horrible now, and I was like, I'm not gonna remember you for this one because I judged you for it.
Oh, Bianca, you're gonna be so happy.
Wait for it.
Ian is he plays Damon Salvatore on Vampire Diaries.
My favorite character. He was my favorite until originals like really started going, and then it was
Is that too much?
Then it was Klaus forever.
I think it's too bright. Too bright.
I'm sorry.
Shape up.
I know, right? Oh, Jack's
Like
getting ready to come in here, so
Like you've never done this
There you
before.
I
If you've
always have
also
issues
watched,
with this.
if you've also watched V Wars or not V Wars, I'm sorry. Was it V Wars? On Netflix, with he's like a scientist and he goes to like this tundra wilderness where there's like a vampire like
I watched
virus.
the premiere or the first one of those.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
Vampire Diaries. He was on Lost too. If you guys watched Lost a zillion years ago.
Yes, I love Lost.
I don't remember him on there, but it's been a long time since I've watched Lost. I'm in the middle of a Big Bang Theory rerun.
Mid-season 2. I'll have to look that up, Shannon, because honestly, I do not remember him at all in Vampire Diaries.
Oh yeah, it was a werewolf.
That's awesome, though. Klaus.
Mm-hmm. This is, again, Void Cells. Like, as soon as they play a crazy character, there's something about
Always and forever.
Yeah.
I love Klaus so much. But honestly, who I was picturing for Jack Oliver in the Kitty Couture was Colin O'Donoghue. Because he's the dark hair, the light blue eyes. Just fantastic.
I can't picture him. I'm going to look him up.
He's from Once Upon a Time.
Yeah, he played Captain Hook on Once Upon a Time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Now I know.
I love Carl Urban, too. I love Carl Urban.
Oh, you guys said that last time, right? From The Boys. Is that right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now you're going to shower because you're on your phone. You don't have to like hold it. That's awesome. If you have like the newer iPhones, it's waterproof, so you're fine. Okay. For next question, Shannon also wants to know like what authors inspire you, and then also what made you want to be a writer.
Okay, so what made me want to be a writer is that I was a stay-at-home mom. I had been doing social work. My degree is in psychology. I originally wanted to be a motivational speaker specifically for women, young women in bad relationships or just in bad situations, you know. But I ended up getting married, and then I had 3 kids in 5 years. And I was up nursing. Like I had this baby that just wanted to nurse all the time. And I wanted to, I had mommy guilt. I had to do what was right. So it was like, this is my life now. I'm a milk truck. I have no purpose other than, feed the baby. And then I had a 2.5-year-old who was a reluctant potty trainer. And that was like, ugh. And then I had a 5-year-old who I was homeschooling. And this is the first time I think my creative side was trying to get out. Until then, I used to be the mom that did the parties, the birthday parties, even though my kids were really little and had no idea they were happening. But so I was up one night and I saw Twilight on pay-per-view. And it sucked me in. And all through high school and college, well, in high school, I didn't read. I was just partying in high school. Then in college, I wanted to read the books that made me feel smart because all of a sudden I valued being smart. So I was reading classics. And I liked being able to say, oh, I've read this classic. But I wasn't really picking stuff up off the shelves and reading to it, for fun. And so Twilight, when I found it was a book, I read it. I loved it. I don't think the last book was out yet, but I just read them all. And then the author was on Oprah. And she was like, oh, no, I'm not a writer. I'm a stay-at-home mother of 3, and I had a story to tell. And I thought, I am a stay-home mother. So I opened Google and I typed in, how do I write a book? And it was like, I found my people. I remember calling my husband and saying, there's this whole like subset of people across the globe that are trying to write a story. They're trying to get published. Like, these are my people. Oh my gosh, they're out there. And I just read everything I could. I connected with people, and I feel like I've just been trying ever since. And I can't remember the other question. That was how I got started.
Who were your author inspirations?
Authors that inspire you. Yeah.
So I wanted to write YA. I have published several YA novels. They just didn't find a footing. They didn't take off. I wanted to write YA paranormal, probably because I found my way in through Twilight. But I was coming in at a time that was saturated and it was kind of going out.
Yeah.
And they thought that the sassy vibe of the YA that I was writing might translate well to cozy, and cozy was on the upswing. So I started reading cozies, and one of the first author, well, they weren't really cozies. Like I said, it took me a while to figure out cozies. So I was reading Janet Evanovich, Stephanie Plum series. I loved them. So I read those, and then I read the Sookie Stackhouse because, again, I was still stuck on the paranormal. And between the two, so Janet Evanovich will forever be my hero. It's on my bucket list to meet this woman because she means everything to me.
Bye, Stacy. Have a good one.
Thank you.
So Bianca saw that Oprah episode.
Oh, yay. See, we met all those times ago watching this Oprah.
Shannon got into reading Twilight.
Twilight changed the world, man. I've met so many authors writing so many things, and it comes back to Twilight for them too.
Mm-hmm.
So it gets a bad rap, but a lot of people probably would be surprised to find that one of their favorite authors got started because of it. She reminded us that, she reminded us that anyone with a story to tell has every right to tell it.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we recently did a reread for her before Midnight Sun, and let me just tell you, the Twihard in me was like, it came right back to life. It's like, this is the story.
I pre-ordered that book the day. As soon as I saw that countdown on her website, I was like, oh.
What did you think of the cover?
What the heck? All right, my only beef with that book was I felt like they put pomegranate in there 2 or 3 times to like justify the cover. Like I didn't feel like it was organic at all. I felt like it was intentional so that I didn't need that.
I definitely made my own cover. I put a blood orange over it.
Shannon, don't ever apologize for having questions. I love it.
Questions. What would we have done without them? Janet Evanovich, I would love to meet her. I hope I get to.
That answers one of my questions. I was going to ask you, like, who was your literary hero? So she's one of them. Nice.
I'm going to get a restraining order.
Kayla asked, "Are you a cat lady?"
I do. I have 2 orange rescues. Yeah, Cotton and Happy.
That's awesome.
And then Kim asking, what do your kids think about your writing? Is there a difference between each child's take?
No, I started writing when they were so small that they don't really remember a time that I was just staying home.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the reasons I started writing too is because I had gotten to this place where I had that 4-year degree. I was all signed on for my master's, so I could do. Also, in hindsight, I'm such an introvert. I would have been the worst public speaker ever. But it hadn't clicked yet for me. I was still too young and hopeful to realize that I would have just wet my pants every time I had to go on stage. But they've never known me as anything else, so I don't think they think anything of it. And I think that they like it. And every once in a while, my kid who's a senior will have someone over, and they'll be looking at all my books, and they'll, have some little teenage question about, do you use big girl words in your romance?
Oh, awesome. Shannon said the Twilight live shows here are what got me into joining on the weekly live streams and reading your books. The cycle continues. That's awesome.
Shannon's been the best. She's kept us on point.
She's kept us going strong. And so also Kim asked, do you ever see a little snippet of interaction between strangers and incorporate that into a book?
Nothing comes to me off the top of my head, but I do get a lot of ideas from all the shows I watch. I watch as much TV as I can. I read a lot of books, but I don't read what I write. So I read a lot of romantic comedy, and I read a lot of paranormal, and I don't get to write those things, but I love those. And I read YA as much as I can. And yeah, so there's that. But then on TV, I always find things that I think, oh, I could do that. I should do that. Should incorporate that. But it probably comes more from all my fandoms or TV fandoms than books.
That's awesome. So that's all the questions that I have from
my question.
Yeah, I did. I said for the
You
your physical copy, audiobook, or Kindle. Do you prefer? Which one do you prefer?
Well, I like to have a physical copy for my shelf. Yes. But if it wasn't for audiobooks, I wouldn't read anything.
100%.
That's so true, honestly.
I don't know what I would do with that. Yeah. And a lot of times, even the 17 days they give me to read one book, sometimes that's not enough. It just depends. I feel like I'm at that season of my life where when my kids were smaller, I thought it was going to be easier when they got older because they were so needy, but they were needy in a different way. And now they all have these different lives that are just going, and it just takes me to chase. I've got a senior that's trying to find a college. I don't know how this became my problem, but I'm researching all the colleges. How much do they cost? What's their, computer science program like? And then I'm setting up virtual meetings because you can't go anywhere anymore. And it's become like this huge, enormous time suck. And I'm going to need a crowbar to pry him out of here because he's got it good. But everything, it's like they're more needy, even though they're more independent.
Yeah. Like you said, they need you for different things.
Yeah, these things take longer. It used to be change the diaper and they like ran off and you were like, now good luck.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, if it wasn't for audiobooks, I don't think I'd get anything done. Like, again, have all the physical copies of these books, but what did I do? I listened to the audiobook for all of them.
Yeah, audiobooks save my day. They brighten my day. They pass all my time. My daughter was getting highlights today. I was stuck in the car for 2.5 hours, but I had a book playing, and that time went so quickly. So I'm reading, what is it called? I can't remember.
I can see the cover. It's blue.
I remember. But it's hilarious. It's a rom-com about a plus-size fashion blogger who gets put on one of those, like, The Bachelor shows. Oh, my gosh. I've never laughed so much. What happened?
Back. She took a shower.
Oh, she took a shower. Went to bed.
Oh, welcome
It's
back.
one to watch.
One to watch. Oh, my gosh. So funny. As a bigger woman, I get it. And whoever wrote this book, the author was so honest and just, oh my gosh, so funny.
Stamen London.
Yes.
Sorry, I have Instagram on another tab, so I was like, I can go easy.
Deja being 17, almost 18. Teenagers don't know how to do anything
that's how
related.
old my son is. I know it's so it's hard and it's scary and I get it, and I don't know. So it's going to be hard for him to go, but he's going to be great. He's going to do better without me here because if you ask me to help you, I will help you. But it's not always the best thing to have me help you because then I don't know. Well, I've got even one of my interns. I'm like, it's your senior year. If you don't have time to do it, I understand. I want you to be happy, honey. Can I make you something to eat?
You have that mama syndrome, it's like you just need to take care of everybody.
Hey,
How did little Miss highlights?
Let me tell you, they are so pretty. The girl did an excellent job, but she's 12. Okay, so my older two are 17 and 14, and they're boys. And I've got little Miss, and I put off the highlights and all this stuff because she's 12. But then she told me, well, I'm in 7th grade now. I'm in middle school now. And I'm thinking, okay, so maybe highlights aren't, they're not fishnet stockings. They're just highlights. It's okay.
That's fine.
I came out looking 2 years older, and I'm thinking, oh,
Because that's
but
your
also,
baby.
yay. I don't know. It's so weird. It's weird. I don't know.
Oh, that's so great, though. I saw the picture, and she looks great.
Yeah, she does. Everybody's just growing up, but that's good.
Yeah.
It's all good. I'm very proud. I don't mind getting older. I mean, so many people don't get to get older. So I'm proud to get older, and I'm happy to see my kids growing up, and I love that we're all close, but it's just really weird. It's really surreal.
Also, like, that's your baby, it's like,
Yes. Kindergarten, like yesterday, at least
Yeah.
that's giving me time. And then all of a sudden I'm taking him to see colleges. It's just it's hard to get my head around it.
hmm
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what they want me to do.
Yeah, what does that mean?
What do you mean? Like, especially with like the online stuff. Oh my gosh, like I feel like high school and college is hard enough, like if you're actually like in the class. But
School
like
is so
online
weird.
stuff.
It's so weird right now. Everything's so funky right now.
Oh, yeah.
Your teenager will be great in college.
I think you will too. My kids are fantastic.
I love to help. Like, yeah, she's been sending me her essays and I've been editing, so I love to help you no matter what.
I'm terrible with editing. I'm worse with grammar. I'm hard with words. Are hard, guys. Words are hard.
Words are hard.
I like to spend
13-year-old
time with people. That's my love language. I'll spend time with you because I can't write to save my life.
Got her hair pink.
Pink, yay. How did it look? I hope it looked great.
I'm 31 years old and I've never dyed my hair.
Nope. No highlights, no nothing. I needed a haircut. When you said that you were taking your daughter to get her hair done, I was like, I need a haircut too.
I know. I don't think I've had mine cut or colored. My grays are all coming since probably March, since quarantine.
Quarantine,
Mhm.
yeah.
I don't want to sit for 2 or 3 hours or more with a mask on.
Yeah.
I'll just be gray. I'll just wait it out. I'll just wait it out. It can't last forever. Don't tell me if it can.
Like, I just, the light at the end of the tunnel is like, it's going to end. It's fine.
Eventually.
That's true. It's like the experiment. Like, if you don't like it, it'll grow back. Like, it's fine.
Well,
Right.
with quarantine, it's just like nobody really sees you anyway. So if it's like it's real bad, you're just like, okay, well, I just won't go anywhere. Not like I'm going anywhere now, but
Bianca loves to edit. And then
Bless
pink hair
you.
is awesome. That's awesome.
Yay.
My mom let me dye my hair teal.
I'm jealous.
Oh yeah, like you have like really
mermaid.
dark hair, so you have to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you have to
You
bleach
have to
it.
bleach it first.
Yeah.
That's what happened to Lily. She wanted something done before, and I was like, baby, you're going to have to bleach it in order to color it because it's dark brown.
Mm-hmm. You're like, I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like they're these little guinea pigs, And
Yeah.
my take on parenting is like, do you guys bowl? Those bumper lanes in bowling?
Yes.
This is how I parent. Good luck. I'll be over here to keep you out of the gutters, and the rest is just on you.
I was like, does we bowling count?
Yeah, we talk a lot. We talk a lot, and I feel close to my kids, but I'm not great at like curfews and just random things just for the sake of having them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Do I want to have that fight? I don't really like to fight. Did you take an Uber home at 2 a.m.? Yes. Are you visibly drunk or smell like you've been smoking? No. So, you were out till 2 a.m. I don't know what to do about that. Oh, no,
Yeah.
you were out till 2. I mean, is that the fight I want to pick with a kid who's 17? No, not me.
Yeah.
Good night. I don't know.
Okay, you're home. You're safe. Okay, go to bed.
Nope.
I don't know.
Oh, for
So,
school.
yeah.
Oh, we have to type after school. Yeah, a lot of schools don't allow any unnatural colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, nerd school doesn't care about that, so we're fine. You do what they want. It's fine.
Okay, so we've been going on for nearly 3 hours. I know it's kind of later on the East Coast, but do we have any
We still
last
have these
minute
if we want to do them. We don't have
Sentence
to.
like-
I'm just saying.
Jen's like, I made this game.
No,
It
we
was
don't.
fun, Jen. We just took a bunny trail.
Honestly,
always-
I knew, like, because, like, the comments were rolling in, and I'm just like,
We ain't gonna have time for this. Like
so
I
any
said,
questions for
anytime we want to just
Julie?
do this game, let's get together. I'll add all the names. Isaac will be in there. We'll be able to add the adults for Teen Wolf that Nicole made me take out.
I didn't make you take out people. You chose people you took out, just so you're aware.
I showed you 27 names, and you were like, that's going to be way too long. You need to take people out. And so I had to do some hard choices.
I didn't make you take out the characters, though. You chose who was the ones to be taken out.
Well,
just so
between
you know.
Daddy Argent and like Stydia Solinsky, I had to take out Daddy Argent.
Daddy Argent. I love Daddy Argent. Yeah, And it's not Papa Argent, it's Daddy Argent. Because
I love that they gave him a romance at the end. They hooked him up with Melissa, and I was like, yeah.
Yes, he needed it.
That was fantastic.
And it's so funny
in there
because I'm rewatching it, and so like the first season, like obviously Daddy Argent, he's still married at this point, but then he's like, for Melissa, he's like, "That's your son." Like, you say that like as an accusation. It was so funny. They didn't like each other at first. Oh, so funny. Yes, Shannon, Daddy Argent.
Yeah, she made me take him out because I had to pick and choose people. So I was like, all right.
No.
I had the adults in there, and you were like, oh, what?
No.
Don't try and turn this on me.
It is on you because I didn't pick the characters you took out. I'm just saying.
You made me take out characters that I did not want to take out.
We can always do this another time. That is 100%.
We'll make it be like that'll be the event of the thing. It'll probably have to take place not on a Wednesday.
Yeah, like it's on Prime. Do you have Prime? Prime, Shannon? Do you have Amazon Prime? It's not on Netflix. It needs to. I wish a lot of things were on Netflix, honestly. But yes, we're watching it on Prime. So.
Yippers.
Alrighty, so we're just like, because I know there's a delay with the YouTube, so if there's any questions, we just have a little bit of a wait. Yes, keep the game for another time, but if Daddy Argent isn't there, I'll just add him every time.
And we can do like an after dark version of it if needed. I just wanted to keep it PG for everybody this time.
That is so funny. Honestly, like the Silver Fox, man, he is the Silver Fox.
Oh yeah, I had a lot of names.
When is our next live, and what book is it for? Okay, so let's go down to the description box. That'd be October 7th, 6 p.m. Pacific time. It's Shadow Point Deputy.
This one. Thank goodness Harlequin puts the date on the thing, because otherwise I'd be so lost, guys. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
I hope you guys like that.
It's gonna be amazing. I already know.
Yeah, I was like,
it's gonna be amazing.
I would attempt to read it out loud, but let's just not do that to everybody.
Bianca and everybody in the chat, the schedule for the rest of the year is in the description box of this live. Just so you're aware if you want to take a screenshot of it.
Oh, yeah.
Alrighty. Well, I just want to say thank you.
Thank
Julie.
you.
Thank you so much for coming on here. It was a lot of fun. I love you so much. You are honestly
for having me.
The queen.
You guys are the best. Thank you for all your support and encouragement for reading my books. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys. Thank you.
You are so welcome. And like honestly, like I said, you cannot write a bad book.
Shannon,
bless Shannon. Thank you. Thank you.
The MVP of tonight. Honestly, Shannon is the MVP of every live stream. She's just like, this is the character you're talking about. If we're ever like, what's this character?
That person.
When is this happening? Honestly, she's like, oh, it's this. She knows everything. I wish I had the memory, Shannon. Honestly.
Yeah.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Kim.
You're welcome.
Honestly, this is such a great night. If you're going for extra points, you could try.
I'm gonna
making it
try.
unofficial. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. It's fine.
I'm not on your reading level, Nicole. If it's not an audiobook, it's gonna be a struggle. And I don't think it is.
It's gonna be fine.
Thank you. Thank you for coming, Julie. I was so afraid no one would come. I'm so glad people came. Thank you.
She was saying that earlier, but I was like, it's you. Of course.
Yeah.
People are gonna be here. It's gonna be great.
We've had the best discussions with your books. Like, not even kidding. Yeah, we've had like the Twilight people talking, but the best conversation I feel like we've had are with your books. So thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you. I'll be stalking next week.
Comment if you want. It's okay. We won't judge.
We love it. You know we
And I'll
love
be
it.
saying, I didn't write that. That's romantic suspense. What are they talking about?
You're like, that's not my work. That's not.
It doesn't make any sense.
You are so welcome, Shannon. Come back like monthly. Honestly, don't even tell me because I will do it.
Just every live stream that you're available for, just let us know and we'll just randomly throw you in.
I'll just send you the link.
More about me.
I'll just send you the link, Julie, and if you're available, just pop up. It's fine.
We would be okay with this.
Bianca, you're so welcome. Bree, you're welcome. Honestly, this is a blast. This is the best, honestly. I love spending talking about books. Julie, you being here, it's amazing. It's fantastic.
Yes.
So
Yeah. I will do it any and all the times.
And I can't wait to read more. It's gonna be amazing.
100%.
So one more round of applause for Julie and Lindsey.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. Everyone, have a wonderful night, and we'll see you next week, okay? Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.